small talk on man with a belly and all kind of thing, and who can run and who tired and all kind of do this talk. You know what I mean?
Out of stupidity comes brilliance sometimes.
Yep. You know what I mean? And I thank Stephan for, keeping it up and keeping his values up in terms of why he started it in the first place. Well, why it morphed into what it morphed into because of his vision for runners in Trinidad and Tobago. Because I have known him. I have known him in two spheres. In three spheres, actually. Well, two is... One is in the talk show arena. He started off in that area, in your arena there with some people. Well, some of our friends, basically, in the talk show thing too. I know him as Trigger Happy. And the first time I heard his name, I was asking him, I said, so why Trigger Happy? And then, it kind of morphed into Happy because I kind of convinced him. I don't know if I was responsible, but I kind of convinced him to drop the trigger. And they ended up calling him Happy. And his friends and all, let's call him Happy. As a matter of fact, right now. Right now, let's call him Happy.
Yeah, you know my name?
Who?
Happy.
Who? Shane?
Nah.
Who?
Evan Wise.
Okay.
Who used to play for Trinidad and Tobago national team. He went to St. Anthony's. That time, I go in St. Anthony's, and I was real short, real short. And in Form 1 and 2, well, all my cousins and them used to go to St. Anthony's because Grovey was your uncle.
Right.
Grovey had married into the family, so he had married my aunt.
Right.
And when they got married, 1, 2, 3, 3 of my cousins was already in St. Anthony's.
Right, okay.
Right? All of them was playing football for St. Anthony's.
And you get Pauline, you get Pauline after.
Yeah, I passed for Tranquil,
Oh, okay.
And when I passed for Tranquil,
Yeah.
Grovey take a look and he said, right, I'll get him in St. Anthony's.
Right.
So, I get into St. Anthony's from Form 1.
Right.
And, lunchtime you go out and you're taking a little sweat and thing, right? Well, Wise and them fellas was always older than me.
Right.
But my uncle, Shane father, he had to do more van because he used to work with Co.
Right.
So he used to pick up everybody after school. When I say everybody, footballers, everybody used to jump in the back of that van once you headed St. James.
Right, okay.
Right. And it's sitting down in the back of the van afternoon going up the road. Wise just watch me just so. And Wise had, it have people in life that is meet. That when they give you, when they give somebody a name, they just stick.
They just stick, yeah.
Wise was one of them fellas. Wise was a fella like that.
Right.
Once he give you a name, it stick.
Okay.
And we going down in the back of the van, boy, and Wise just watching me just so. And started laughing now. So hey, boy laugh because I see youngest man, I see youngest in the bunch in the back then, I see newbie.
Right.
So Wise say, boy, we go call you, boy. We go call you happy, So the boy start laugh. But we that one boy Wise, we call you happy for, boy. How you come up with that?
Yeah.
And it's how Wise explained them. Long time back then, they used to have a little cartoon used to show on a New Year's Day.
All right.
And in the cartoon, it had a rabbit and a baby.
Right.
Right? And the baby was in a little pamper, and the baby used to wear a hat.
All right.
And the rabbit used to come and terrorize the baby and pull off the hat. And when he pull off the baby hat, two big ears used to fly out. And they used to call the name of the baby.
I don't understand.
Yeah. The name of the baby was Happy New Year.
Oh, okay.
So the baby name was Happy New Year. So so
I know
so why say we call you Happy? And from that day, so yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, but where the trigger?
Everybody started calling me Happy.
Yeah, but I know you are Trigger Happy on the radio.
Right.
That's where you came on the radio station with, or something.
No. So here what happened now. So when I learned to DJ, right? I learned to DJ in my aunt bar. We had a bar. She had a bar called Strikers Pool Hall and Bar.
Yeah, no Strikers. I
right.
remember that. Yeah. Like back in the day. Back in the day.
Right. So I was a pool shark because I come from Ascot. Shooting pool by Slim and them.
Right.
So we used to gamble, boy, We used to watch me. We used to bet real gamble. When I tell you gamble, we used to leave town.
Right.
Go south. No money in my pocket.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Right? Talk City 91.1 is
and then fellas, they stopped gambling we down south because somebody tell them we from Ascot now. Okay. And like back then when you was from Ascot, it was feared. Nobody want to play you. Okay, but we used to go all over and gamble, men, and play pool and win tournaments and all kind of thing because I was a serious shark when it come to shooting pool. Right. Men still afraid me. I see my partner from Tong the other day, Fred.
How old are pool in here?
Yeah, you know Fred? You're a man around. You know a fella named Fred used to do a colored board and thing long time.
No.
Used to a colored board and thing. Well, Fred, he's gamble or something now. But Fred was a beast too. Yeah. You understand? But
you're so good in that pool, boy. I test you out, boy.
I learned from, let me tell you something. I learned from Kanai, you know.
Okay.
A fella named Ian Kanai. You know Kanai Roti?
Yeah.
Right.
I know Kanai Roti, yeah.
Well, Miss Kanai grandson, Miss Kanai's son is Ian Kanai.
Okay.
And is Ian Kanai teach me and my rest of my cousins.
Okay.
And from there we start to, you could ask Don Moro about me and I see him.
Hey, you're so good.
About telling you, Adrian could tell you. Adrian and them could tell you.
All right.
I was back in them days and them and Adrian was real good, you know.
Yeah.
Boy, Fred see me the other day and tell me, Sister Fun, you don't play pool again. Well, he don't say he said Stephan, he say happy. Yeah. I'll come to the trigger happy. He said don't play pool again. I say when he last time he play pool, I said, boy, yes, boy. He said the thing get big now, you know. Yeah. He said on more of a team thing that is regional tournament and all kind of
all that?
Yes, and he trying to rope me in. Right. I say Fred, me ain't play pool in years. When I tell you play pool in years, my eyesight in there again. Right? But I was real good, and I didn't use to wear glasses, but I needed to wear glasses.
Right.
And I was still real good. Now I have glasses. So if I start back to play, I go even sharper.
All right, okay.
You understand what I'm telling you? Cutting that ball like Chinese.
I don't see you play, man. I don't see you play.
No, I'm telling you. We used to watch me. We used to real watch me. Gamble. But I tell you gamble. But anyway. So strikers now. My aunt had the only place I used to do my hustle up there because I wasn't working over at the time. So shooting pool was the hustle. And a brother named Kendall Comerbatch, who is a police.
Oh, and something familiar. So.
And Kendall used to DJ from since cassette. You know when you're in a party, in your house party, and you had the double cassette player, and you're mixing from cassette to cassette. Right. Kendall started off DJing like that. So I see that time it had CD players, right? So I see Kendall bring up the CD mixer and he DJing every Friday and Saturday, and it's something that always thing me now. It always interests me. So a Friday I go on and I tell Kendall, I say, Kendall, I say, teach me that now. He say, want to learn this? I say, yeah. He said, I'd come. He take off your headphones and give me headphones. He say, play. He said, look, all the music right there. I will tell you what to do. This is how you're queuing up. This is how you're ting. Play. Friday place Ramote. And he gave I never play a tune in my life. Me know what to do. I just only fade or whatever. I just watching him now. Observing him. So he sit down there and he listening to see like what I go do. He just throw me in the ocean then.
Right. Okay,
no life jacket, nothing. Tell me swim.
Yeah.
And
sometimes that's the best way.
Right. So after about 15 minutes he find I ain't do too bad. But he come and he stop me because the place ram out. He said, I tell you what happen. Tomorrow come early.
Right.
And I go teach you. And it's when he teach me to DJ. And I started to DJ. He now get other work. And I was the house DJ in Strikers. Right? And a few other places I used to go and play out and thing. And is a fella come at a night in Strikers. And I was playing, But you know when you're drinking and you're liming and thing and your head nice and you're in a zone.
Yeah.
You ever hear a DJ say he in his zone?
Yeah.
So I catch a zone boy, a zone vibes boy. I just in my zone boy. And I just had a pull tune, bam, clean I was never no scratcher man, but mixing
No.
And a man walk us and say, boy, let the tune play a little bit to have me a trigger happy out. And that is it.
And from there,
that stick.
Right, funny. Well, I know you're Trigger Happy, so try to tell you.
I'm telling you, and it just stick as a DJ name, Trigger Happy.
And I tell him, I say, well, how this man go choose his name Trigger Happy? All is gone in this tongue. And I say, Stephan, drop that trigger now, boy.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he name Happy. And I also know him as a very, I also know you, I should say, as a very avid sports fan. Because when I met you, other in another place, which is in Synergy and whatever.
Yeah.
I remember the days of yourself, myself, Nokio, and what's her name?
Roxy.
Roxanne Giallo.
Yeah.
And I remember, them side talks all you always having with sports. Right? I knew him as a very avid aficionado on sports because I never heard, like when you and Roxy used to sit down and talk about sport in that kind of way.
Yeah.
I have heard people over the years talk about sports.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard like you and Roxy in terms of the breakdown, the history. You see, like how the other day you explained to me the science behind certain coaches and why they're doing things a certain way and the culture and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody speak like that. You and Roxy are two. Well, Roxy was just a sports.
Yeah, but she
was young then, but
Roxy end up on Red?
Oh, she ended up there.
Is I remember there's something, I got mad man sometimes, No, I ain't mean to make no thing with reformer boss,
Right, okay.
Because I come up there, they give me the opportunity to start there at point 7. And I enjoy myself over there for the most part.
Right.
Right? I had a good time. And I learned plenty too.
Right.
Right? A lot of people pass through by them and learn plenty,
Well,
But
of course, he was in your journey of life. You learn a lot from different people, different things.
And if they didn't interfere with Mr. Voice, I wouldn't have leave.
Okay.
But they interfered with Mr. Voice.
Right.
And that was my co-host at the time.
Right.
And me and Voice had a nice chemistry. And
nice.
Riding together, all kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And
next party time on too.
Yes. And what has happened? They started to fight him down. I find they tried to fight him down. And they brought in a whole different team. That was Roxy, Brandon, and this boy Davey Murray.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And they killed my vibes with the show, boy, and I wasn't comfortable at all.
Yeah.
And because I didn't have that chemistry with Davey, because he and because why and wherever.
David had different kind of character.
Yeah, he had different thing, right? Yeah. But Brandon, I brought in Brandon. Remember Brandon?
Brandon, yeah. The kid,
DJ
yeah,
Brandon,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Oh, you come here, I don't see him.
Brandon do anything. Brandon really going to production and thing now, Audio production. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, Brandon now, he come up under me and he say, because I saw him around the studio and I said, well, what you just be doing? And he said, well, I just doing mix downs and wherever. I said, come, I'll put you on the morning show. Just so,
Right.
And that's how he end up with us.
Right, okay.
Quite tell him I was DJ. And then Roxy come in as a female.
I remember that morphing of how everybody got into to where they got into.
Right. But then they try to, hear what they try to do. They try to stop us. They try to control what we playing on our morning. Right? And they say, is the dumbest idea I ever hear anybody? No, I've been real. It's the dumbest thing. Right. Morning drive, 6 to 9, right? In case people don't know. When you now wake up, you want energy. Right? Because you're up. You're getting ready for work.
You're doing your chores.
Right.
You're moving around.
They come to kind of fight we down with that kind of thing there with the music where we display and that kind of thing and tell me to play slows. So then that morphine to don't play no hip hop.
Right.
And don't play no this and don't play no that.
Right.
So Brandon pulled a tune a morning. We was talking about something with some young girl who was in the newspaper. And he pulled a tune by Ludacris.
Right.
Called Runaway Love.
Right.
Now if you know the song and you know the lyrical content of the song sings about troubled teenagers that having problem, female particularly, and they run away from home and they think they right. It was Ludacris and Mary J. Blige. Okay. So just that combination alone is supposed to know the kind of vibe of the song, right? And we get a call about Brandon to come off the air. I say, what? That's really going mad here, what? So anyway, I wait a few days because I'm very calculated, because you might know this. You know when I resigned, I went in the morning. Before the morning that we give them the letter, I went in that morning with everybody letter type up, and I said, Paul, your signature on that. We resigning today. Just so.
I don't know.
Right? Roxy was hesitant. Because at the time, she now get a job, she's reading the news, she's making her salary. I said, girl, just sign the thing, and some go happen. Wait and see. Everybody signed.
Right.
Right? You know what day? You know what day I resigned from over there?
Oh, then.
March 31st.
Okay.
That was the last day.
Right.
What was the next day?
April Fools. All right. Okay.
And that was calculated.
Right.
So that the next day we would not be on the air and people had thought it was an April Fool's show.
Okay.
And people actually thought it was an April Fool's joke.
Well,
And they call in and they ask for us and we sit and they say, boy, they go on, they don't work. Oh, that's a full joke. We go hear them tomorrow. Right? And we went by red. Right? Because at the time, JW and Blaze was moving from red over to Slam.
Slam, yeah.
Right? And I went in for an interview and thing with them. But let me tell you something. If Voice, because Hoppy did sell on Roxy, he did on soul, female, talking sports and that kind of thing. He sold. But it was the other combination of me and thing. But if it was me and Voice, I'm telling you we might have a chance.
Right, okay.
Right? But they chose to go with what was popular names at the time. But I just always tell people, who don't know me will know me eventually.
All right.
You understand what I'm saying? And look where I am now. I'm number one morning show on television.
All right.
And we building this brand here, right?
All right.
Right. So I know how to. I learn how to,
Yeah, the ebbs and flows of the thing.
of the industry and most important that you just have to be very straight and very honest with people. Nothing wrong. You see, like how you say I are unrepentant UNC? Not one damn thing wrong with that, Because you've been honest.
I fear
So anybody who tune into this show, they know X's are unrepentant UNC. Right?
All right.
But it don't take the value away from what you're saying if what you're saying is the truth.
Right.
And it shouldn't, right?
And I bring a balanced perspective because I don't just take everything because I'm an independent UNC.
Yeah.
I mean, I criticize at times, and
both of us do, yeah.
But I give solutions.
That's right.
Most times, so but I think how we start this program this morning is an intervention again for the youths. In terms of our journeys that how we got here. We didn't get here by guess.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, a lot of painstaking kind of ups and downs that you had to go through. Right? Because I remember the days when Stephan used to be sitting down and watching the two Dotish men talking and just absorbing everything. And I know that is what he doing all the time, and he just absorbing. And then I remember the conversations with you and Roxy when all they get into it and heated argument, with two of them on whose side. Because she's a married couple, She's a independent Chelsea fan.
Yeah, and there's a Liverpool.
And he's a Liverpool. And I know, and they would talk things that I don't normally hear from sports
analysts, commentators.
Well, a little bit of all of them. I don't hear that kind of banter between them. I hear the basic. The side loss and
Well, let me tell you something. I realize that people in Trinidad and Tobago don't know how to commentate sports.
Well, two of you all know. I know we call them know too. Sudat too.
And I'll tell you why, right?
Sports too. Yeah.
I'll tell you why. When I was in my broadcasting course by Percy, right? I agree, but I always kind of innovative with what I'm doing, but I always be kind of shy to do it.
Right. Okay.
But everybody gone in the booth and it had a sports script. With the oval, I might have tell this story the other day a while back when Arkaji was here. But if you didn't hear it, you'll hear it now. And I just want to let anybody in this who trying to get into this industry know, any youths that might be listening, this is how you had to be, right? So everybody gone in the booth and they're like how I have this here. As part of the sponsorship, this includes the opening and closing sponsorship credits and and they have the script and everybody just reading from the script. Right? But it's a cricket match in the oval, dog.
Yeah, so the exciting thing.
Right.
In
so
some kind of your pitch and roll is really important.
Exactly.
Your pitch and roll is very important.
I gone in the booth because it was a combination. It was a pair going in at a time, right? And I remember going in the booth and I see the script, and I have a time for this fella to talk, and they have a script for him, and they have a script for me, and what we supposed to say and whatever, right? And he say, "I'll go first." I said, "Nah, you start, now, man." And he start.
Right. And just rattling it off straight.
And he start with the commentary.
Right.
As written on the script.
No,
right?
Yeah, the tone and thing.
So
Go up and you know when to go up and come down and
right.
phrase the intonation and pitch and that kind of stuff.
But not only that. Not only that, you got to go off script too.
Right.
So
okay.
when he threw it to me now,
Uh-huh.
what I was supposed to say, I didn't say. I started to talk about the weather and the sunshine and it's perfect weather for cricket. And Jumbo walking through the stands and he now threw a pack of nuts.
Right.
And the man drop it.
Right.
And the patron drop the nuts, but he pell back the money and Jumbo catch it. And all kind of thing I talking there, you know.
Right, okay.
You understand? And the birds flying over so, and this, that, and the other, and people buying the curry goat by the curry goat lady wrong the stand by the back of the stall, Maya stand and wherever.
Okay.
And I started to talk everything that not in the script, you know.
Right, okay. Yeah, you're narrating the scene.
Yeah.
Well, people can't see, so but they could hear.
Right.
You
So
know,
you
so
have
they
to...
have a feeling that they're inside the oval kind of thing.
Correct, because as a commentator, you have to, when
You
it's
have to be able to
audio
paint
alone,
a picture. You have to be able to paint a picture.
you have to, that's right, you have to paint the picture for the audience, right?
Yeah.
So, but outside of that, everybody like to forget we had a sporting event.
Right.
A sporting event is not a come and read. As part of the sponsorship, this includes. No.
No.
Hey, as part of the sponsorship, man. Yeah, think. You just have to be natural with it because you could afford to be playful because sports is something that is a playful thing.
Because
people
that's why,
play sports.
That is why I saw the growth in Roxy, for instance, when she reading the news, how she is interject with certain things inside of the news, you know, and that is really interesting. So to see all where you all reach now in terms of, you know, announcers and that kind of stuff, it is indeed a growth pole and one that needs to be understood because we didn't get here by guess.
Yeah.
We went through several different incarnations. We made mistakes. We made good stuff. You know, we'd been doing our stuff, you know, but it's years.
I get a joke. You will laugh. I remember when I went and I said it at demo by 94.1, right?
Right.
Glenn Antoine called me back. He says, Stephan, I have one question for you. What is it that you possess that nobody else has? So I said, but you're on the phone with me?
Who walks in that?
Glenn Antoine.
Yeah, that's right.
And at this point,
And he passed recently, yeah?
yeah, he passed away a little while.
Yeah.
And at this point, depending on my answer, I get any interview, I ain't get any interview. Eh? So I'm thinking, yeah, take your time. I said, what's the question again? He said, what do you possess that nobody else has?
That's a strange one.
I said, nobody else has, boy. And I stumped. You know the answer?
Which answer?
Your voice. Your voice.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
I said, your voice. I said, why your voice? I said, well, everybody have a voice. He said, yes.
Yeah, but all the voice is the same way.
But
Everybody
nobody
does
voice songs
the
the same.
Yeah.
Right? So your voice is what people hear on radio.
Right.
Right? So when people turn on the radio now when they hear this, they know that it's Stephan.
Right.
Immediately they can identify you by your voice. They can identify you by your voice, right?
Right.
So
Even in the supermarket and all that, let's get that. So I want to tell him the other day,
yeah, I hear your voice.
talk again. And when I talk to him, he say, oh, you talking like Mr. X?
Yes, you understand? So when he tell me that, well, obviously I didn't get the meeting. So anyway, I went by Red FM and I talked to, I think it was Louis the Singh brother or something. So he was the one that did the interview. But them time I ain't break out yet. I still shy now because I was always shy in school.
Right.
Anybody who knows from school will tell you that. So I couldn't handle the interview and that kind of thing now. But I keep telling them, put me on. I will grow.
Right.
Right? Once I get accustomed to something, I will grow.
Well, that was one of the things. That was one of the things that I saw in you in terms of your not your shyness, but your low enthusiasm. In fact, how to put it, your newness to it now. You wasn't bold.
Yeah,
it's like how you're bold now.
Yeah.
You wasn't bold like that back then. You was just in observation and sponge mode.
That is it,
you know, and that was really interesting. You know, to see someone take something from one place and bring it to another, and bring it to another, and bring it to another. You know, right up to where it's supposed to be. You know, it's really these things that's well play in my mind. You know, people that feel I don't listen. But I have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so I'm supposed to listen twice as much as I talk.
Right.
So I try to talk less and observe more as I got older. As I reached 50 and then started to go down the hill.
Yeah.
That's what I realized. take things for what they are,
Yes,
and don't expect success in a vacuum.
Correct.
It does not come in a vacuum. You have to work towards it. You have to get it to a point where it will work for you. And another thing that I always tell the youths and them, I say in your journey, expect to change many jobs over the time, but end up in one that makes you happy. When you're dressing to go to work in the morning, you must be smiling to go to work.
Correct.
You must feel comfortable to go to work. If you're in a job that you don't like, abide with it until you can get something else. But don't ever find yourself in a job that you don't like, or you're just limping along, coming along. That is not a good recipe for
success.
Try to find something that you like and do it. Don't care what it is. Even if it's picking up garbage. If that's what you like, that's what you like. Nobody can vex you for that. You know what I mean? That's your game, that's your game. You know what I mean? But stick to it and get it done when it's supposed to get it done. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people walking around the tongue, they in jobs. Watch it. You don't see some people when they come from work. You don't see their face.
Like, oh God, boy,
like,
I
I'll go back there again tomorrow, boy.
Yeah, you had to find something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, and stick to it.
I get blank from nearly every radio station.
Right.
Nobody never called me back.
Right.
And I remember I was real intent on getting into this business. I said, boy, Stephan, this is the only thing I really like. This is the only thing I have a passion for now. And boy, you know, some things that's happening in life, you had to laugh, I sit on my strikers.
Right.
And I sit on my strikers by the window. By the bar here and the window to the bar, right in the sign.
Right.
And I sit down there with that staggering man, And I saying, Lord, what to do, boy? Send me a little sign now, boy. Just any little sign. I go take any little sign right now. Just tell me what to do. Point me in the direction. And I take a sip of the stag and look up. As I say that, like a few seconds after I say that.
Right.
Remember Robert and them have a sign by a digital board by courts, by the corner there by the traffic light.
Right.
Well, at the window where I was sitting down, I could see straight through that window to that sign.
Right.
And you know the station come up and start a flash.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
But here's the thing. It freeze. For some reason or the other, there's freeze right there. Right? On M104.7. It just freeze.
Right.
So hear me in my mind now. But when you're looking for a sign,
Anything
anything
that's coming. Anything that capiche.
I say, but this it?
Yeah.
I say, but God, you send that sign for me, boy. Let me go there because I ain't tried it yet.
Right.
Man, the next morning, I want to organizing to go down there. My father called his sister, who was married to Grosvenor.
Right.
And she used to work for Robert.
Right, okay.
And she called Robert and said, I have a nephew.
Right.
He want to get into this. All you give him my interview. And they say, yeah, send him. And that I went straight down there.
Right.
Do the interview. And you know, they tell me, say, what happened? We hear your demo, we like your voice. We want to put you on a night show called House Party on the 5th floor.
Yeah,
right?
I remember
House Party on the 5th
floor. I remember that in Twitter.
It's from 10 to 2.
Ooh, I remember memories
So I say, no problem. I have a DJ, They say, I work with the DJ. And brother, the show was 10 to 2. You're supposed to intro the show at about 10:15. Right? 15 minutes of music, and then you come in as the announcer and you say, welcome to House Party on the 5th floor. Stephan and DJ Kendall on the inside, or whoever was Trigger Happy and DJ Kendall at the time, right? This is my first stint at 104. And when the 15-minute marker reached, Kendall put an instrumental, hear him, sign me in.
Right.
I press the button, boy, X-boy. And I saw.
I get similar too.
I take it back off and I say, play some music, play a little longer, play a little 10 minutes again. And so I keep going until 10 to 11, you know.
Wow.
So for the whole first hour, nobody hear a voice, you know.
I tell you, I went in the air the first time, right? Across there, right? Because remember, I tell you, I used to kind of coach Snipes, because Snipes is a whole evening program.
Right.
So I'll be BBMing him right through. And we talking whole day and giving him points now. So I will come and ask him, well, who you would like to work with you? If you had to work with anybody in the industry, who you would like to work with?
Yeah.
He say Mr. X. Because them days are running the place next door now, doing CDs and had my studio and thing next door, right? So I will come and I sit down in the canale in front of the building. In the canale, in the old building. And he come and sit down next to me. Iowa. He say, I want to put you on air. I want to give you a chance on air with snipes and things. What do you think about that? So I always say that I end up in radio in a canal.
In a canal.
Literally. Literally in a canal. You know, and the first time I went on air, I got my stint. So I going out, man. When I going on air now, I press the mic. I press the mic. And have my hand on the mouse. Right? To cue up the ads.
Right.
And I freeze it.
And freeze, it just freeze.
When I tell you freeze, is I had a ball out. Help somebody.
Yeah.
And Snipes run in the building and pry my hand off the mouse, you know. No, literally, no serious thing, you know. The man pry my hand off the mouse. Because I dumbfounded. I don't know what he else. And he stayed me a little while. And he coached me and thing. And I get in the hang of it. And then I ended up running the program. But I literally froze.
No, that's how it is be a foot. Listen, you could train. They could train you how much? You see, when you reach there in live mode for the first time, trust me, a different kind of, is that all kind of thing that start running. If I go say this correct, you're trying to
remember your training, all kind of thing.
You have to remember your, watch me.
But I run and do a course by Percy too. Percy and Edison car when I do a course there too. So I try to remember all the things that I would have learned in the course kind of thing, right? And funny enough, this one, what you call she? No, that was after. I wonder, boy. This reporter was head in the class.
Who's that, right?
Briggs, her name?
Briggs.
I think it was Briggs was her last name.
Briggs. I try to remember.
Natalie Briggs.
Natalie Briggs.
Yeah. She was one of the lecturers in the class that was doing by Percy. But you know, these things are them as things that the intervention is very important again. And and a matter of fact, every program we doing had to be dedicated to the youths in some kind of way. You know what I mean? For learning for them. Because we not on them all goat on them.
No. We pass that long.
We not on them. We not on all, let's shop it talk and wherever. We on the youths to try to shape the nation into a different direction.
Yeah.
Right? And whatever we can do in terms of our speaking here, it has to be geared towards, the youths understanding the journey. Because you see the journey, they feel it, everything is a one-stop shop. You pour a cake mix in a bowl, you throw some water, and you get a cake. No, it's not about that. It's about building the cake. And it's about the eggs. It's about the flour. It's about the wheat. It's about the way you call it.
And most importantly, right? And this advice that I will give here is the best advice any young person will get. Any business or any career that you're getting involved in, do not ever put the money that you're gonna make first. You see that whole everybody want to get into some how much money I go make, boy, how much money just making. Sometimes, right? You can't study the money first. Yes, you need the money. Yeah, you've been
some had to work for free, some had to work for free.
That's right. Sometimes you gotta work for free, but let me tell you something. Once you stick with it and you have a passion for it and you perfect that craft,
you're going to get to a point where people are going to drop money on you.
People will be running you down and paying you money. So don't ever study. You know what? I just had to teach that to my cameraman and them. Right, some of them have an idea. So hear them. God, boy, you're paying for that. I said, brother, don't study that. Let me start it.
Right.
And once we start it, we put it out, we build it, we gonna make money.
And I've seen real things built that way. Real things.
Yeah.
You know what? People just start off doing things for free. And get into it and then start to morph into that. Some of them are big players today in the industry.
Exactly.
Big
money
players.
Just come. The money just come, but you mightn't think it will come because you're living in the moment.
Yeah.
You have to look down the road. You understand? You have to see the benefits of what you're doing and the partnerships that you're engaging in, right? And now, if you're into this kind of thing, right? If you have an interest in radio or you have an interest in television,
right.
You have so much platforms that we did not have. You could go start a podcast. You understand? It's not going to make money for you initially, but as you build your brand and your product, sponsors will run you down.
Yep.
You understand? And money will start to come.
But if your first thing is, boy, if I take this money
too
and buy this
small and
microphone and then invest in this camera,
No,
how am I gonna make that money back, boy?
Well,
no.
not saying go and work in a man grocery for free. We're not saying that, right?
Yeah, don't
If you start there,
bend over and sell your soul either. You understand? But that's it.
don't sell your pegs. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't sell your pegs.
But you know what I mean? And in addition to that, right? Never let people tell you what you can't do, what you could do.
Boy, some people
you can't do.
some people have been telling you that in the earlies.
Yeah.
They can't do this and they can't do that.
Boy, that ain't making
and
no
sometimes
sense,
that
you know.
determination alone, that bad mind alone.
That's a bad
does
mind. You had a bad mind.
Does make you succeed, you know.
Yeah, you had a bad mind if you want to be
You
successful.
know what people I know start off with people telling them, boy, you can't do this, you can't do that, and also that stupid talk.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they are successful today because they stuck to
Because
it.
they stuck to it. You had to stick to something.
You know what I mean?
You understand what I'm saying?
Every time I try to get out of radio, I end up back in radio. But one thing I
Yeah.
always wanted to be was a politician. And so that's why I've been doing political talk wherever. I missed my opportunity this time around. Again,
Yeah.
because the first time was in 2010.
Right.
I went up for local government in my area, and I ended up second.
You know, well, yes, you
I
ran
end up
second.
second, right?
You ran second.
So, okay.
Well, I mean, run second in a field of two dying bad, you know. Second to second,
in
you
other
know.
words, you come last.
Second to second.
But generally,
Second to second, you know.
And then coming up to this time here with the party that I was affiliated with,
Yeah.
right? And by accident, I ended up in this election,
Right.
right? Last minute, I ended up in this election. And then the areas that they had I was a natural fit because I live in those areas, right?
Best-
Port of Spain South,
Best late
Laventille.
entry of the century.
Yeah. And I got in, and I did pretty well, I must say, because I got almost 5,000 votes, and that's not
Right.
I don't know votes to scoff at. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the other candidates and them get 3,000 and 2,500
some
and
get
whatever.
plenty less than that,
Right? But I got at least close to 5,000 votes, you know, and I am proud of that. But I wanted my chance to be in Parliament. And I
Yeah.
thought this was my chance here. I really thought this was my chance here, but I didn't make it.
You'll get it,
But
man.
but I got on a very important board
Yeah.
that is making big decisions for the company, for the Trinidad and Tobago, and I thank, Kamala Prasad Bissessa for that, because she said you work, so you must be rewarded.
Nice one.
Nice. So I am making my contribution towards better lights in the country. All them lights on them on the highway, they was out and thing. I can say I would make sure that they got working right now. The ones
Nice
coming
one.
off the highway, the ones on Maritime, the ones on down by the next flyover, MP flyover, all those lights on them. Yeah, I would have been instrumental in trying to make sure that we have lights, them kind of thing, So I got a seconded position, which I'm trying to make best use of, and maybe I might get my dream to be in Parliament someday. And make my contribution. Because I know I have real contributions to make.
Yeah, man.
Real contributions to make. Because
So-
I have lots of years of experience in different areas. So,
Yep. And you have plenty years ahead of you, man. You're
Yeah.
young too. So I'll tell you what, just some information here before we get to the break. We got the news coming up at 10. Don't forget, we don't do the Naughty Corner this morning. We do good news this morning, a positive note. And it have plenty positive notes to mention this morning. So we're going to open the phone lines after the 10 o'clock news and take your calls. And then we have Sneaky and, of course, Fireball coming in. Going to be highly entertaining this Friday. So the PSCU's 60th Anniversary Vehicle and Mortgage Expo 2026. You can unlock your door to your home and drive your dream car. And on Friday, today, the 24th of April, they meet up in Tobago at Milford Road, Scarborough, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. And on Saturday, the 16th of May, they meet up at C3 Courtyard, San Fernando, between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. So get on the spot pre-approval, and one lucky winner can win a hamper. Now, you're going to need some things when you get down there. Now, there's 100% financing available, but you need 2 forms of valid photo ID, a recent job letter, no older than 3 months old, recent payslip, proof of address, vehicle and insurance quotation, and remember, conditions do apply. Visit their branches in Port of Spain, San Fernando, Arima, and Tobago. And do not forget that if you're looking for a smart way to grow your savings, for a limited time, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Credit Union is offering competitive fixed deposit rates of up to 4%. That's up to 4% guaranteed when you invest with a PCU fixed deposit. Visit any one of our locations in Barataria, Arima, San Fernando, or Tobago and get started today. And for more details, you can visit policecreditunion.com or call 612-4PCU. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we will prepare to get to the 10 o'clock news. And we're gonna give some applause this morning, boy. It has some applause to give.
All right.
Protect yourself from electric shock or death. Before conducting repairs close to overhead lines or the point of connection to your home, contact TN Tech to request a temporary disconnection. When driving tall vehicles, ensure they do not exceed
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Bramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1, your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1, your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala.
Just make sure, because I know them fellas, I know them. It's Friday, I see them moving in and out and all about. And I want to make sure they load up the news now, boy. Nah. Knock on the door there. For Max. Knock on the door. Tell them we ain't got no news yet. Yeah. Because when SA come in here. SA the news player. Let him come and organize that. People, well, I hope you enjoy the little inspirational story there between X and I, the little conversation we had there to open up the show this morning. We didn't
you know, the nice thing about this program, is we don't know. Listen, come. Bacchanalia.
It's not me yet.
Right? Like 23rd. And I've a tune for it upon the system for me, sneaky tune. Right? I have it on my phone, boy. How to you need lobby. Yeah. You go put on what's happened there? You see what I mean? You see, checking it now. It's in there.
Yeah. See? You want to know if he's sleeping.
Then they go say, but it's there.
He wonder if he's sleeping.
It's there. You see?
Oh God, a man say you're responsible for this one. That's it.
I want to pull out the selfies.
Oh God, I can't commit no crime with you. Hey, it reach. All right, it reach. Yeah, man. I can't commit no crime with him, boy, ex-boy. If I'm going to commit a crime with him, when the police are there, like Alexander and Guevara hold on to him and pull him in, he go say, well, I ain't responsible for that, you know, that's fun. You understand?
Right.
One time, boy.
Yep.
Oh, good. It's a good thing you wasn't with the men who take the guns. We'd have find all by now. Hey. People, we got the 10 o'clock news coming up now. And when we come back from that, we will get into on a positive note. We have some positive things going on, man.
Yeah, that's a positive.
That's some positive things going on.
Remember the site I sent you?
It has some positive. It reach. We get it. As you walk out the door, it come across. All right?
All right.
Listen, the time pass for evidence to be submitted, you know. Evidence. That's it there, you know.
It's not going on already.
Everybody does do it on the system.
Oh God! Hey, here comes the 10 o'clock. Hey, this show real different, you know. It's another our next show in this station, in this studio. We men that just walk through the door and the whole thing that's be taking place.
Hey.
You understand? They go try to tell me it's unprofessional, you know, but no, we real. We like to think we real and natural, and that's where you get talk city. You get real, natural talk,
organic talk,
thing.
So that stupid talk and makeup thing. I said that makeup thing, we not into that.
And if Butters come in, you have to do the 11 o'clock today. Well, oh gosh,
no socks.
It's mass.
Yeah, no socks.
Hey, big up Butters, boy. Anyway,
yeah, man.
Here comes your 10 o'clock news. Remember, we opened the phone line after the 10 o'clock news. We want positive vibes this morning. And we have a few positive ones as well. So, we coming back. Taking your 10 o'clock.
Good morning. I'm Mary-Therese Bernard with the latest headlines to the hour. Trinidad and Tobago is running unopposed for the Latin American and Caribbean group's single seat on the United Nations Security Council for the upcoming 2-year term. Countries must secure a 2/3 majority.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I go right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is...
Well, look how Kiss gonna save me money here. No, I was gonna pay for bread and... Wait. Oh God, but I got a message him, you know. Yeah, I got a message him. Yeah.
Well, tomorrow is our rally tomorrow at Kuva South.
Yes.
Car park kind of thing.
Yes.
Where the Prime Minister will give an account for her first year in government. And I hope she puts things into perspective, especially the part about an appropriation bill. When she came in, okay, she should first start, well, let me not tell you how to run her show, but generally she should start by talking about fixed date election. That is one of the first areas that they should talk about, and it should be in alignment with the budget, right? When the budget's supposed to be called, the fixed date's supposed to be around that time, a month or two before that. So when a party gets in, a party is prepared for that date next time around on that date, right? Which would coincide with how our budget is done, right? Because in April, this government came in and Xiao and them call a date that was kind of weird. But it was not coinciding with the budget, right? In terms of how, okay, our government does not become a government unless it has an appropriation bill, which means a budget, which has to go to Parliament, it has to be presented, and then it has to be debated, and then it has to be passed, and then drawdowns start to take place from the different ministries and so on. Right? In this case, they came in April. They did not have their own budget. They was offering under the ending of the PNM's budget to go into the UNC's budget whenever they got, a chance, right? So the fixed date election would sort of solve that. So I'm hoping that Kamla Pasabi's sister speaks about this in her rally tomorrow, so people understand that the budget is tied towards the election date. It is close, so that when you get in, you can get a budget one time. Within a month time or so, they could prepare the estimates, see where the problems are, see where the financial issues are, cut, contrive, increase, whatever it is. She'll be able to do that comfortably and then present a budget and then start to run the government. Right? Because a government does not become a government unless it has an appropriation bill.
That's right.
A budget that is passed and sanctioned and debated and whatever else. Right? That is when a government becomes a... And this government came in April. And they had to fight up with the PNM budget and lay their own budget. And that took us to October of last year, 2025. And people, the average Joe don't really know these things. So I'm teaching all it, right? I'm teaching all it. So they'll understand how the thing runs. So in October of last year, they would have got the budget. Right? I think it was on the 11th or 12th October, somewhere around there. And then you start to initiate things in your way as the new government incoming. Right? So things like that, I would expected to talk about that. I would have also expected to talk about her drive, her legislative agenda against corruption. Corruption at different levels. Right? The different things she put in place as legislature to deal with corruption.
Right.
With all them man we have money in the house, pack up in rubber band and send it out the country and using different means to do it by roulette machine and this and that and club and all kind of magic.
All the hoarders.
Right? And she started to put things in place to try to solve that problem. Another issue that she should come out very frank and say, and if I was me, I was coming out very frank and said, I am aligned with the US. I have chosen a side, and so be it.
And we have
if I found one thing after, do what you had to do. But at the end of the day...
But we benefiting.
What they were saying.
The benefits are already there.
Politics is about interests and ideologies, and I hope she also mentions that on the platform.
Yeah.
Politics is about interests and ideologies. Nice? And it has to be aligned with somebody. She pick a side, and so far we are going pretty okay. Based on the geopolitics of the world,
the wheel starting to turn.
We sort of inside. Whether you like that or not, that is up to you. Not a problem. But she should tell all of that. Nice? And then she should talk about where we were left when they came in, where we were, and where we at now, and where we going. Them is a couple things that I expect to hear from the Prime Minister tomorrow. If she doesn't do it, that's her prerogative. Fine. No problem. But this is just my analysis of what should be spoken about tomorrow in that rally to let people know the real situation. Because I know for a fact that if Kamla Prasad Bisesa had money coming in, we would not be going in this direction. That is what I'm sure about.
Yeah.
That plant would have been up already because she'd have had money to go and get the plant up and running.
Yeah.
Right? So we could get these 7 different, from that distillation plant, we could get about 7 different things. Plastic, diesel, bitumen, natural gas, propane, everything we would have been able to get. And we wouldn't have to be begging, borrowing, and stealing in order to get the plant up and running. And I said stealing.
We ain't stealing. We ain't stealing. We ain't stealing.
Well, let me put it. Beg.
Nobody ain't stealing.
Beg, borrow. Beg, borrow, and let me leave out that steal. Let me leave out that steal. Let me leave out that piece. But is this a local? It's just a local terminology. We only begging and borrowing, right?
Go borrow, don't come for me. Don't come for me, go borrow.
You know? So, to get that plant up and running, because we are poised in a very precarious position among all the players in the Caribbean around oil and gas. That is how wheelers live. Nice? By oil and gas. Whether you like that or not, is up to you, right? But the geopolitics of the world has spoken very loudly to the different aspects of what we do and how we fit inside of that. Again, politics is about interests and ideologies.
Yeah. And
nice.
And there are certain things I'll tie it into this article here. For those of you who saw this $220 million Hilton Garden Inn to create 550 jobs, Construction on a new internationally branded hotel in South Trinidad is expected to begin within the next 60 days, bringing an estimated 400 jobs during the building phase and a further 150 permanent positions upon completion. The 220 million project, a 120-room Hilton Garden Inn with a convention center, is being developed by Superior Hotels Limited and is expected to be completed in just under 2 years, with an opening targeted for April 2028.
And explain that in juxtaposition to Sandals that wasn't paying one red cent.
Yeah.
Not one red cent that was paying
we had to
to
spend
come
8
in here,
billion.
and we was going and borrow
8 billion.
$7 billion. $7 billion to run Sandals Hotel.
Yeah.
And Sandals will be paying the pop hotel all over the Caribbean.
That's right.
All over the Caribbean, them paying, but they're not spending $1 here. And then they're talking about special concessions for people to come in, where they're getting the vegetables from to come in. They instead buying local. Boy, something wrong with Ole, you know. Something wrong with Ole, you know. Especially Rowley and them, you know. Rowley and Stuart Young. Something wrong with Ole, you know. They're going and spend 150 million US in Barbados. Well, they're not Barbados, St. Vincent. Yeah, St. Vincent. Just last year they signed agreement with St. Vincent to bring 150 million US. But you going and borrow 7 billion and tell me about sandals and look, take sandals and look. Always women say some kind of things, boy.
Yeah, because because I just want to raise that issue. I'll tell you why, yeah? Here why. We have spoken about the U.S. Embassy official that spoke to the turning of the economy by the end of this year going into 2027. We have the World Bank projection, right? Right. Now, those projections done by the World Bank would be based on what the World Bank knows. So they know Dragon Gas coming, they know Manatee coming, right? They know the steel company is coming, right?
Right.
They may know that there is an attempt to or the intention to reopen the refinery.
Right.
So that projection in increase in GDP would be measured along the lines of what they know. But there's a lot of things that they don't know.
Right.
However, the reason why they could project a 0.7 to a 3.2% GDP growth is because of investor confidence.
Right.
And investor confidence comes based on the moves that the
They've
government
seen the
has
money,
made.
they've seen the money. Don't get tired of them, you know.
So let us look at what we've done. We have chosen the path to support the US, which in turn has garnered increased confidence in investment in Trinidad and Tobago. Right. Now, there are things that the Prime Minister would be in control of and things that she would not have been in control of. In terms of taking that position with the US with the Venezuela situation, she was in control of that.
Right.
She was in control of what path she take or what path she put the country on.
Right.
And it is going to pay benefits for us.
Right.
The things that she would not have been in control of is the war in Iran.
Well,
and the increased oil prices and that kind of thing.
Which works to our benefit at some point.
But we're really not in control of that. That is a whole different thing, right?
Right.
So there are things that she could control and things that she can't control, but she's done extremely well in the things that she had control of.
Right.
Right? So it has put us on a path now of foreign investment, and that is why you could see this hotel project that will cost 220 million down in South. This is the Hilton saying, we have confidence in the governance right now that we're willing to put a hotel in South. Because if you remember the other day, and this is why I think Adel Roberts will say is PNM 3 and not, right?
Yeah.
Because they splash out a big headline, Hilton leaving Trinidad and Hilton on the way out. And this, that, and the other, and all kind of thing, and inside of there, and this sort say.
Set a done stock, right?
And then King Irrelevant now jump out from Tobago from feeding the goat and the pig and wherever else he does feed, and open him out the former, and jump in to condemn the government and the handling of the Hilton, and they don't know what they're doing, and this, that, and the other.
He wasn't there for 9 years.
And then the next clown, Randall Mitchell, jump out too and start to talk about, we had it under control, and this, that, and the other, and blah. And then when you'd hear the shout, they really didn't have anything under control because Hilton was trying to get a negotiation going for the longest while during their tenure.
23 and 24.
23 and 24 with nothing, just like the UK visa issue, where the UK was saying, hey, We have all these asylum seekers coming here. All they need to do something about this. Let me put something in place. They didn't do anything, and boom, now we had to get a visa to go to the UK. Sean Sober's working on reversing that. But
well, I see they gave him some blows yesterday for that and all too.
But they getting blows for the man trying to get that visa requirement removed.
But you getting tapped with them.
Look,
you getting tapped with the papers.
Anyway, like I say, noise. We keep telling all about that from day one on this program. From the time we started on the 5th of January, we said it have a lot of noise that going on. But if you listen to the noise and you watch the wall and you don't look beyond the wall, you will miss the big picture. So I just splashing out the big picture again.
The Tiffin cable and all, and then Mila Clark Highway, the Tiffin cable, a whole length of cable. They have we whole cruise up to 11 o'clock last night, trying to pop lights there, you know, because the Tiffany cable, you know.
So
and they spoil the water pump on them in Tobago. The T4 all the equipment, you know, for Wassa. The T4 all the pump on them, you know.
So here what going on right now. There's the state of play, right? The Prime Minister will speak tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. All right, 3:30 p.m. So wherever you are, you have a phone in your hand, it will be streamed.
Right.
Okay? If you're home, it will be broadcast on television. I am very sure it's going to be broadcast here on 91.1 Talk City. We broadcasting it, or we're not broadcasting it? I'll find out from Stanley.
I think it's at the bottom.
We should.
I think I see that at the bottom of the ad.
Well, right. So we should, right?
Well,
so I'm saying to you, listen carefully to that lady, what she's going to say tomorrow to the boss lady, the Prime Minister.
She's going to drop some hints. She's going to drop some hints on you all.
That's
very
right.
nicely.
Because I think while, you know what's the problem? People not seeing what's going on. Right? And because they don't have a communication arm to properly communicate with the population, although this is what
I understand that, but it'll be on TTT right through, but it don't come through here. They'll be on TTT right through.
Listen.
Look, Snipes and all say.
Hold on. Let me explain you something.
Let me.
Once again. And this is no disrespect to TTT because I am working with 91.1 Talk City, which is a partner of TTT.
Right.
On the circle.
Right.
Right? Where they show your market share. I are almost half of the pie.
Right.
The other two have a little quarter so and a little thing quarter so.
Right.
And then you have this little piece of probably 4 to 5% that is TTT.
Right.
I'm not saying that to throw shade. I am saying it because it is a reality. Right?
Right.
Where I do my morning show, I have the largest market share, and not just market share locally. I have
all of the Caribbean.
A huge Caribbean. That is why I have to go on a tour from next week. Is because I have a huge regional audience and an international audience of Trinidadian people living all over the place. Right? When I am at Christmas party, people is flying from Istanbul. Like to tell you. Right? So I am reaching far greater numbers.
Right.
So when we say they come in here every morning.
Yeah, but they don't come here. They don't come on 91.9, 91.1, in fact.
But I'm just saying.
They don't come here.
No, they could have growth, eh? Because I'll tell you why. I expect that they will grow. Because, I mean, as a competitor over where I am, right? And I talking it real on the air. So I am always sharp to what is going on.
Right.
So I know government change.
Right.
So I know the ratings could have been tied to the last administration because nobody really want to hear what they had to say.
Right, okay.
So now your
ratings
hear
what we have to say.
Right, so now that they over there and they come in there every morning, you might see some percentage growth.
They don't give you no play. They don't come and sit down here and talk to me.
They want to talk to Andy.
Snipes and all Boston. Snipes and all Boston and he's talk to Andy and them on our morning.
Snipes giving you one set of talk. One set of talk in the chat. But sorry, they only come in on the big program. And always the big program. You understand? He take out too big.
Just
we not on that, you know, Snipes.
Listen.
We will look now.
Don't let me take off his strap.
That's on Port Cause. Stanley Augustus.
Don't let me take off his strap. Yeah. Fly in the ointment. Fly in the ointment. Fly in the ointment.
Ladies and gentlemen, listeners of all over the Caribbean, all over the world, Trinidad and Tobago, from north to south, east to west, central and Tobago. Stanley Augustus is here. Grey beard, long ras. It's all happening.
No, we were saying Snipes gave me one start talking
Yeah,
the chat
yeah,
the other
yeah,
day.
yeah.
But
They come across and
them
talk about he.
politicians only coming on the big program,
program, yeah.
and they're not always and we are the big program.
Yeah.
So we want to know.
So we lost two big just so.
Just so.
Just so he lost two big. Just so.
But what come do that?
Yeah. They said all the politicians that come across by them when they're finished at TTT. I said, what kind of talk
You
is that?
understand what I said? When they finish by
talking
TTT, they come on the big program.
That time.
I was about to say that thing. They fortunate enough because of the timing.
Yeah, all right, send him. Oh, go on, yeah, the play with Joe. Yeah, after the play, yeah. Tell him Dory coming on before 11. All right, yeah. So I'm just saying, dies why he in black. You have a funeral. I really see he in black and he drive a black car. He gone to the extreme. Come in a black car, all in black.
All the way to her, so.
And he done black too. So I mean, it's full. It's full condolences with real representation, there, boy.
Full 6 foot.
It's had to be somebody real important to pass away, there, boy. You know what I mean? I'll find out who it is and we'll send some condolences. But no, they gotta do. I think the communication needs to get they need to open up the communication a little wider. But given the state of play as it is right now, I don't want to dwell on what they inherited. I think we gotta move past that to the point where people mustn't forget. But there was a brilliant article that was written that I sent you last night. You read it? That fella was on point, boy.
I only read half of that, boy.
Boy,
That was long,
man,
boy.
that fella mashed them up, boy.
That was long.
He mash up Penny, boy.
Yeah.
He mash up Penny, you know.
What Penny said.
And what he is saying is true.
Yeah.
You understand? If I had time this morning, I might read it for you. But I'm just saying.
You can read all of that. You can read all of
I
that.
reading that quick, but about a 5-minute read. If so much.
Well, yeah.
I don't know how you was reading. You hooked on phonics or something, or what? How you take so long?
No, I don't understand what I reading. I can't just reading. I just
Nah.
like to understand what I read and try to dissect what I
And
read.
dissect what you read.
That's the difference
All right.
with me
No
and many
problem.
readers. You know?
No problem.
I don't just take thing and run it while. I just
I
take
hear you.
and try to internalize what they're saying and try to understand what they're saying. So
All
I
right.
can articulate it. If I can't articulate it, it can't make sense.
It can't make sense.
Can't make sense.
Now, but the brother makes some very, very good points.
He made some good points.
He makes
so I
some good
must say that.
points. And basically, he's been saying what I've been saying for the last few months. I cannot, in my right mind, lend any credibility to the opposition at this point in time because it is the opposition that has brought us to the position
people
that
not
we're in.
people not seeing the total change in the opposition right now, you know. And that's
Women,
they're
women.
not seeing. These are the same people that disrespecting you for the longest while.
Yes.
In answering their phone. You can't get access to nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody doing their own thing.
They want you to
It's the
forget.
same people now that come back and tell you, but we love all your black people, boy. They get rid of that CPAP, all you come on we side. And all them kind of dotish and people lapping up that, you know. And I like,
But I don't think so, you know.
but them all they was eating all the food. We showing all the, we putting the letters on the table.
Yeah, but I don't
all the food all they was eating. All they wasn't getting nobody nothing.
I don't think people lapping it up. I think the hardcore supporters will always be the hardcore supporters, but I don't really think it have a lot of people who might not be diehard PNM or UNC people.
I hope when
and they have little
I
questions.
hope when Kamala Prasad Besasa get that proper foot in our government and start to share the goodies and all them people and them who jump fence, always stay on that side of the fence, you know. Always stay on that side of the fence, you know. I know what telling all you know. 'Cause if anytime I see all you, I go in and blast all you every day, you know.
Oh, one of the good things that happened over the last week as well. Before I forget to mention it, I know it happened a few days ago. In Parliament, the Prime Minister did announce last weekend in the Parliament that pensions will not be taxed. And
no, well, you know they have a fault with that too. Oh God,
no tax on your pension. What fault they could have? What is your fault?
We call them say something the other day. Means I'm listening too well, but I know you got a fault with it and he question.
And then
he's saying tomorrow. He said tomorrow supposed to be a week.
And you're getting back the payments that you made since the 1st of January.
Yeah,
if you were making because remember they wanted to implement it since the start of the year.
Okay.
So if you have been taxed, you will get back those payments.
Refund.
Yeah. And the other thing too that I just want to clarify here, we have a couple minutes until we get to the play withdraw. I just want to make this very clear. The deadline for landlord registration will take place next week. I think the deadline is next week.
But I just want to let people know that if you are, people are asking me this question, I will double check it and get back to you, but this is as far as I know. If you are 10 property, it's $2,500 you're paying, brother. You don't have to pay 25 by 10. It is a registration, it is a landlord registration fee. It is not a property registration fee.
Which means that every property individually had to be
right.
taxed. No, it's
so
not that.
As a landlord, you could have how much ever property you want. It's
one fee.
$2,500.
Yeah, and every quarter you pay 2.2% of the value.
Something like that. Yeah. So please don't let anybody,
change up.
Don't nobody in a red jersey tie you up now. God, man.
KG, what's happening, brother?
Look,
I see you come and grace us with your presence today.
No idea. I wanna commend you guys. All who talking about Big Show and Big Show.
Yeah.
Let's try this. Come on, the Big Show.
Yeah.
No. I wanna commend you guys again because all they really doing a great job. Let me tell you what's going on. Right now, my girl car stick the watch now the dial.
Nigel rocks so boy. Snipes.
The dial is on 91.1 Talk City.
Thank you.
Right, true. And the surprising thing is, sometimes I go jump out the car and say, well, all right. When I jump back in the car, it's still on the station.
Right,
so that says a lot. Right? The conversation.
That says plenty.
The conversation is one. Once you can keep.
Our kitchen in a sad position.
Right.
In a sad position.
Right.
Kill a problem.
He coming to do a shift for 12 o'clock, right? But he girl ain't listening to he. She listen to me.
That's the thing. And she not changing the dial. Don't forget that part. She not changing the dial either. She changing the dial either.
I see the dial, yeah. So that is a good thing.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
You know what I mean? So, no, great show, fellas. I don't come and sit down. I don't start my business. RKG, you don't go and know that shit, but you always hear.
Yeah.
Because
You never say such a thing.
serious.
Yeah, we have a guest room for you. People, here comes your 10:30 draw. Your 10:30 draw, NLCB play with draw. Good luck. Hopefully, Andy give all this some money. Maybe that's why earlier. I don't know. Maybe that's all this, isn't it?
I know for it's.
Here we go.
Oh, all right,
We're going to the draw. We're going to the draw. Or keep it right here. Off the record continues after this. Sneaky's up next.
KPMG and presided over by the National Lotteries Control Board. Good luck, everyone.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short
Back in here
Pants,
with our
and
guest
more.
who's in studio. It is the man they call Heaven Charles, Mr. Sneaky. But just before we engage with him, I want to remind you that if you're looking for a smart way to grow your savings for a limited time, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Credit Union is offering competitive fixed deposit rates of up to 4%. That's up to 4% guaranteed when you invest with a PCU fixed deposit. Visit any one of their locations in Barataria, Rima, San Fernando, or Tobago and get started today. And for more details, visit thepolicecreditunion.com or call 612-4PCU. All right? So, we have Snakey in studio with us. I want to say us. Well, RKG is here. I am here. And, of course, Snakey is here. Snakey, morning to you, man.
Morning.
What's up, my brother? Everything good?
Well, after God can't complain, you know, the thing is go.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Nice,
yeah,
man. Now, Snakey has a new track. It's a reggae. All right? It's called Try.
Yes.
And, well, first off, it's featuring an artist by the name of Cupid as well.
Yes.
So give the story with Cupid, man.
Yes, well, this year make 30 years since we've won Nescafe Party Time. Yes, boy, it's so serious. You know what I mean?
Well, Stick, you singing long before me?
You remember Sticky from Party Time?
But I remember that, but what I'm saying now, as only as he's saying it here, I realize how long
Sticky around, eh?
Yes.
No, well,
people only know him saying Doti, you know. People don't know.
What I will tell you what I remember, Sneaky. I remember you from Party Time. But what stood out for me was a performance at Soca Parliament. I remember you climb up on the pole like Spider-Man and they do all kind of thing. I said, there's something wrong with this fella.
I remember that. Yeah.
Dynamic performer, boy, yeah.
Yes. So you see, just what that time did to you, just, you know, kind of spontaneously. When I was putting together the little, you know, in the studio doing the work and whatnot, that 30 years just jump out at me, boy.
Yes, boy.
Yeah, so it's 30 years now. We won Party Time, and Nadia Batson actually won the year before that.
Right.
With a group called Silhouettes.
I remember that group, Silhouettes.
Right, and you know, building this tune here, this reggae, a lot of the inspiration came from my daughter who wrote SCA this year.
Nice, congratulations.
You know, we was doing some work together, and I noticed her energy towards the devices was much more, you know, higher than when we're doing the book work, you know, and but you know, we worked together, and it was a challenge. And I was just telling her, you know, I just wanted to do your best, you know. You just do your best, and after the exam, we'll be waiting here to continue loving you.
Yeah, man.
Understand? Because at the end of the day, some of the children just feel, you know, if you do, you know, how we like to do, you know, everybody will be against you and that kind of thing.
How that whole process with her went in terms of preparation for the SCA?
Well, she had some extra lessons, but I myself, thankfully, I you know, passed math back in the day.
Yes, right.
And
is a mathematician?
Well, I have a little thing.
You have to be able to count your money, you know, Sneaky. You have to be able to count your money.
You understand?
You know what I mean?
All those winnings.
You must be able to, you have to count your money.
Well,
and you have to be able to multiply, you know?
You must know a little thing.
Who needs addition when you have multiplication? Come down, man.
You see? Bacchanal here, Talk City and true. So, you know, the preparation was bumpy.
Right.
You know, but at the end of the day, again, it's just to understand how everybody wired differently.
Right.
You know, and just knowing exactly what is the antidote for whatever problem you're dealing with.
Right.
So I told her, I say, at the end of the day, whatever happens, we are here to love you. And I wanted to say that to all the children
and I wish,
who wrote SCA, you know what I mean? Life don't stop there. Actually, that is just one major part of life challenge you will face. But after, you have to still go on to choose whatever you would want to do. How many of us are doing the job that we said
Exactly.
we would do at that time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not much of us. That time I think police officer was somewhere high in my at that time.
At that time.
And I'm doing something completely
You
different.
wanted to be a police?
At that time.
You would have been a jail police.
Seriously, a police boy?
At that time. You know,
Nah, but you fit too, eh? So you know what them police, one of them officers and them will run behind you.
Oh God!
Yes, because see Snakey running on. You can see Snakey running on bandit, right?
Oh, boy, I'm telling you. Come here. Yeah, don't move.
So you see how life could dish out different things for you.
Yeah.
You could start here and you can end up
somewhere else, and
somewhere else.
That's an important thing, you know.
You all were talking about it this morning.
We was talking, we was talking about the industry, but
but
in terms of what he's saying is that I wanted to be a lawyer.
Look at that.
Seriously.
I want to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer, but I mean, I was about 9. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Something with lawyers just appealed to me.
Right.
And I wanted to be a lawyer. But, you know.
And you know,
it changed over time.
You saying that no, you know, you technically is the lawyer in your field?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
It's similar.
Very similar.
Who else you could mirror that lawyer energy with in your field?
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So you're still a lawyer. Because that is in your nature, within your nature. You know what I mean? And how you approach your job, you could get that energy from you know? So at the end of the day, I wanted to give my daughter a little more hope as to understand, well, here what's going on now. We still love you no matter what the result. I had the opportunity to fail my first chance in common entrance. And I still thank God for that experience.
Because back in those days of post-primary.
And common entrance
right.
instead of C.
Yeah.
You had to write and you could have failed. Now you're getting placed. If your marks don't meet the grade, you're getting placed.
Yeah.
But that time you used to feel all right, you actually fail common entrance. And when you fail common entrance, you know, naturally the other kids who pass would kind of shun you. You know, he failed. You know what I mean? That kind of energy. So, you know, I wouldn't wish that upon me. That feeling at that time. You know, so I give her that assurance that we're here, you know, to give you that support regardless of what is the outcome or the result. So fast forward now onto the union with me and Cupid getting back together to record the song. While building it now, my son now who is 8, he was doing a project on a Calypsonian and whatnot, and I happened to be the Calypsonian he was doing the project about. So I had to get some photos through the years.
Right.
And one of them was the Snakey and Cupid on party time. So I put it up with the beard and I said,
it's like a little biography kind of thing,
a little biography thing. And he was like, Daddy, you had beard that time? I had to explain to him, well, no, we put on costume and that kind of thing. But the nostalgic feeling I got putting that together, it pushed me to post that picture online. And I say, all right, hey, all the party timers, look old school boy, Bob. And I put it up and Cupid commented, combination boy. You know that kind of way?
Right.
It brought back some memories.
Yes. So I said, wait now. And I happen to be doing that again now. Cupid.
Why not?
I call him.
Yeah.
I say, Dan, I have a project here. And let's go. I say, well, Bacalhau, boy. And we went in the studio and, you know, did the work. And I kind of documented it, put it forward, telling people, know, hey, this is coming. And what is special about this track, this happened to be our first recording, you know, together, you know.
Seriously?
Yeah, because party time, that time we have a cassette, you play a beat on a cassette, you come, the press play, and you sing over it.
So it's more live performances.
More live performances, yeah.
I wanna comment you also on your ad, the Carib jingle, boy.
Hey.
One of the most played, you know that ad, Stephan?
But how you mean never know the ad play here?
Daddy.
But that was road match here for
That's
Carnival.
what I'm saying.
That was road match here.
It has some iconic kind of jingles.
Yes.
I feel that in this era, that jingle is going to be iconic in the next 30 years to come because of it's so, you know, it's,
organic. It's an organic feel.
There's a feel when you listen to the jingle and you realize, but boy, you know, it's like, and the rotation too. It's like a hit. It's like a hit jingle.
Definitely.
Yeah,
after
man.
God, and I thank God for the opportunity, because you know the seasons.
I was glad when I see you get through that,
No,
Because usually they just go with the usual suspects.
Usual suspects.
So that's the sneaky get you that I say, boy, the agent working.
And I feel proud to share that kind of feeling amongst, let me say, if we want to have a better phrase, the underdog role. You know what I mean? You pass smile on a fella's face.
Yeah, I saw it and I felt happy because, as Stephan saying here, normally you see the usual suspects.
Yes.
The ones that, the 5-6 artists that we continue to see. And when I saw the jingle, and it wasn't just a jingle to play on radio. It was a whole campaign where he did a video for TV and everything.
Yes. So it's heartfelt.
But what was like working on that? Like how much time did that take from you? Like to put all of those things together and the partnership with them and everything.
Well, it started off with a call. These guys from SPG called me and say, "Hey, boy, we have a jingle fatal voice." So tell them all right. We negotiated and whatever. Went into the studio, and I told them, let's go a little earlier because I have a little idea how these things go. We as creatives, too. Sometimes a person say, well, we have it here, but you have to reach to really see where and get it.
You might give your idea, you have the script, and then you might change it
little
to
bit
suit your
to tweak your
personality.
energy. So that is exactly what took place. I heard what they have, and I said, what about this? But we think I tweak here, tweak there, and then it had the moment of truth coming, which is the man who in charge, representing Carib. He had to come and hear it and say yes or no.
Let's go. Yeah.
So he came in the room and he was like, all right, let me hear what I have. Played it. After he played it the first time, he watched me. He said, Sneaky, he said, play it again. Play it again, at that time he was silent.
Yeah.
After he said, play it one more time. He played it again. So, the journey is always exciting.
Yeah.
So when he played the third time, he stood up and he shook my hand. He said, this is exactly what we want.
What are looking for?
You understand? And I mean, he could have just said no. If you understand what I mean.
Because what happens, Stephan, with those things, if they don't want it, you would get a demo fee, eh? That was happened. Normally, if they don't take a jingle, they will still get a demo fee for your time.
Straight.
Oh, okay.
So you get demo fee. So even if you do a jingle and the agency says, you know what, it's not what we want, for your time and the producers and the talent, they'll still get a demo fee. So
that's nice, man.
They say it was an organic feel, a kind of, I guess the little grunchy voice kind of add to that. That organic feel. Yes.
But I mean, look, I'm glad to see that you're doing what you're doing, man.
Yes,
I wish it, I'm hoping the whole year goes well for you. God spare life and strength and everything like that. We know you have your barbering skills too.
Definitely.
How much tune you does right off of the barber shop? Offer stories in the barber shop?
Most of them.
Yes,
most of them. Being a hair technician.
Everybody has a story when they go in the barber shop,
Everybody
has some story, brother.
I about to ask him if between a barber shop and a hair salon, where you get the most mako talk in a barber shop? Because
simultaneous.
Really,
none better than none. In that regard, the barber shop we just have to counsel men. I just call the barber shop the center for battered men. Big respect to the whole First Choice barbershop family. Kimba, Imperial Barbershop, Anthony's upstairs, and all the barbers who doing their thing, making sure that people are groomed and feel better about themselves, that's a sweet job.
But I had to say, that's when you see when you go in a barbershop, from long time when I start going in barbershop and I start to be, in my teens and thing now. But you don't really study it when you're in the teens. When you get into your 20s and things, you start to realize, man does gossip just more than woman.
What are you telling me?
Man does real gossip, Man does real gossip,
It's different. Yeah.
We just gossip in a kind of different way.
Just a different way.
But we just real gossip.
Yeah, and again, it mightn't be you or it mightn't be you.
Yeah.
But it is have the men just like women talk, you know.
Yes,
You see that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, we're human being, you know what I mean? So the matters of the heart go come outside there. Remember, you feel comfortable there.
But it's also a place for people to. It's almost it's a place where people can express themselves. Yes,
Trust
can
me.
express themselves.
We are counselors and we take the job very serious.
Real people just go to a barber for advice, you know.
Confined in here, some
The barber
deep
shop,
secrets.
you know.
People just come and tell you know what I mean? And you know what is happening a lot in the barber shop? We just find some women sneaking in to hear what
what's going on. Yes.
Yeah, the thoughts of men.
Yes, and most of my music, before it come outside, it is at the barber shop.
That is your first PD, your first program director.
What?
Yeah.
I can remember somebody woman to her, they say, where's that? You know, different, you know what I mean? This energy and this joy. If I had to choose again, and I choose Barbarian again.
You know, someone else song I like for him this season. You heard the Turtle?
Yeah. Turtle season.
Real play by you know. At first I didn't know it was you know. I thought it was somebody from Grenada or one of those. I didn't realize it was Snakey.
Oh yeah,
and
Snake,
I came the after. I said, boy, it have this Turtle song, boy.
Turtle season.
Turtle. I said, who sang that? Man said, I said, Snakey sang that.
Turtle in your Morocco.
Turtle in your Morocco.
Take that, boy.
It's Bacchanal and that
understand?
You know.
But we got a track here. Just I see the label it, Never Give Up. I think it's that they label it.
Nice.
But the name of the track is Try, yeah?
Try.
But ask him if it's that track because I can't preview it.
All right.
Just ask him if the label it, Never Give Up. Tell him I see in Sneaky, Never Give Up. It's 325. And I know the track is 325.
And I want to realize it too.
Never
Give Up is the next
hook. The next hook
and
in the
a lot
song.
of people holding on to that too.
All right, cool,
you know
man.
what I mean? Because it Never Give Up. That is it, you know, because...
That's it? All right. Lovely. All right, people. So we got it here. We're going to run it. It is Snakey. The name of the track is called Try, featuring Cupid. And of course, this is 30 years of history here between here and Cupid. And this is the first track that they've ever recorded together. It is a reggae. So we hope you enjoy it. It's Friday morning. It's off the record. And Fireball is up next. All right. Fireball is going up for welfare officer in the Tuco elections. We're going to find out a little information from him as well. But Fireball is also a old party time man as well. So maybe you could give us a little history with that. Look, RKG Race, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know Fireball from party time.
You didn't know Fireball from party time?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know either. Is he tell me that this morning?
And
then he back it up.
Listen, man, Snakey is a living legend. In case all you don't know, Snakey is a legend in my eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Because when men like Galen and them fellas come on the scene, I did love them fellas. But in my eyes, I was like, I ain't enough for my boy Snakey.
Serious,
Snakey right up there. As far as I concerned,
with everybody
with the Raga Soca Manaka and all them days, I find them days Snakey was getting robbed.
All right.
I find them days Snakey was getting robbed and that long after, and he's saying 30 years, I know it as 31 years. So I could argue with him with that 31 years thing there.
All right.
But at least 31 years.
If he's saying, right, if he's saying 30 years, that even before he was singing before Galen then, in reality.
Well, I don't know how long Galen singing home, but when we went on party time, we was men singing home, and we take we home talent and carry it on party time.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel Galen was done singing. I feel.
All right,
so
we're gonna take in the try, and then we got the 11 o'clock news, and after the 11 o'clock news, we have Fireball. And Snakey all them years, the man say get robbed. If you get in with welfare officer, you'll stop getting robbed. Anyway, here we go. This is Try, people.
It's better to try and fail than fail to try. The limit is the sky. Try until you get it right. One day you will get the prize. Yeah. Folks are there to criticize. Let only Jah control your life. Remember, never give up, yeah. Amidst everything, Jah is the incredible. Never give up, yeah. With persistence, you could move any obstacle, yeah. I know sometimes you feel to cry. Pressure like a mountain high. Release the power deep inside and break the unbreakable. Ask try. Most new things that you try to do at first seem impossible. Remember, practice makes permanent. It's going to get simple one day.
Try until you get it right. One day you will get the prize. Yeah. Folks are here to criticize. Let only Jah control your life. I know Jah.
Never give up, yeah. Amidst everything, Jah is the incredible. Never give up, yeah. With persistence, you could move any obstacle.
I know sometimes you feel to cry. Pressure like a mountain high. Release the power deep inside
and break the unbreakable.
Follow your dream.
It no matter where you are, where you been, no matter how hard things seem.
Follow your heart.
Cause a general human tree from a tiny little seed it start. Out of them they call trade. Don't be afraid, big and small business get paid. Stay focused, don't stress. You deserve the best, and let Father God do the rest. You hear?
Try until you get it right. One day you will get the prize. Yeah. Folks are here to criticize. Let only Jah control your life.
Remember, never give up. Never give up. Amidst everything, Jah is the incredible. Never give up. With persistence, you will move any obstacle.
I know sometimes you feel to cry. Pressure like a mountain high. Release the power deep inside and break the unbreakable.
You got to try and try and try again. You got to try and try and try again. You got to try and try and try again. You got to. Whether you're struggling with finances, family issues, relationship.
Yeah, man.
Take it to Jah.
Boy. Yes, I like it. You had a try. All I remember, you had a try out there. Yes, we was talking about that this morning. You had to keep trying. I'll tell you, who did the production?
Mr. Nigel Pereira.
Nigel Pereira.
Yeah, man.
It songs have an authentic old school reggae
yes.
one drop kind of feel.
The thing, the marriage just.
That's live instruments?
The marriage just. I believe he used some elements.
But it sounds good.
Some elements.
Yeah, but the guy, the music married the lyrics and the melody.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And that is what most writers is hope for.
What was the process? You had the instrumental first or you wrote the song first?
Well, I wrote the song first, basically. I wrote part of the song first, and it was a building process now.
Right.
Going in with him, giving him more and more, and he keep building around.
Right. He did the mixing and mastering and everything.
Yes, everything.
All right, well, people, that is Snaky. It is called Try, and you're going to hear it across the airwaves, 91.1 Talk City, Next 99.1, and of course, Sweet 100.1 FM. It's free radio station in here, so we had to give you a play, brother. All right, especially when you come with good music like that, man, which you usually do. So, we're looking for all right. So I'll tell you what, Snaky, thanks a lot for passing through, my brother. And we got Fireball coming up after the 11 o'clock news. The 11 o'clock news is actually right now with Mr. Stanley Augustus. So keep it right here on Off the Record. We will be back with Fireball after the news.
It's everything, Jah is the incredible. Never give up, yeah. With persistence, you could move any obstacle.
I know sometimes you feel to cry. Pressure like a mountain high. Release the power deep inside
and break the unbreakable.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Bramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Back in 2007, if I'm not mistaken, and Fireball is here with us. Well, he's here with me, and we're going to chat with him as it relates to his welfare officer well, going up for welfare officer in the Tuco elections that will take place this year. He's vying for that position. We'll chat about that and Tuco and everything that he would like to see Tuco become. All right, or whatever services that he would like to see Tuco provide for Calypsonians, whether old, young, just once you're Calypsonian and with Tuco. But on that note, no chorus in 2007. Boy, that's when the world was a different place, boy. It was a nice place then, you know. Now, I don't know where we at now, boy.
It's still a nice place, man. It's just social media get more prevalent now. So we exposed to more information. So you know, you see 10 school fights post up in a day.
Yeah.
It go look real bad. But back in we days, it had more than 10 schools having fights same way.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's true.
You know, so and
just
I
recorded now.
Yeah, it recorded now. So I mean, it works now, but it recorded as well. So that triple up on it.
Yeah.
You know, and it hard. I have a TikTok page and I fed up. I fed up putting up. Putting negative videos up. I fed up.
Positive vibes, Sneaky. Had a nice positive vibes this morning. We're gonna keep it positive with you as well.
Yeah.
You give me any story with that no chorus on how it came to be?
Well, I had a nice song on this rhythm already. So me I go give them pay. So me gonna give them, and I was excited about that.
Right.
But like me with Mr. Ken, KMC, and the producer Johan, Madman Production. Like me with two of them, and we thinking our next thing I started to do that, and KMC was like, hey, put that on. So we recorded, and KMC come and do his verses, no chorus, you know. And the next day, Johan called me, and Johan was like, Fire, I feel we got glad last night. I feel we already have these songs anyway. Them let me just do what we have to do and forget about that.
Right.
About 5 minutes after KMC called me cussing. KMC said, well, what I'm telling you, and you ain't going mad. Boy, you had to drop, tell him you had to drop that, boy. You had to drop that. I'm not playing that, boy. You had to...
Yes,
and that was it. The rest was history. The song drop and it take off.
Yeah, I think it was no chorus and it had one other tune on the rhythm. Was real big. It was that no chorus and one other tune. I can't remember.
I had a song on the rhythm. So me I go give them pay.
Yes,
so me I go give them. That was big too, and it had Superman. I'm no superhero. I'm not he-man.
That's it. Yeah.
My girl named Faye and Lion, so I am she-man.
That's it.
Yeah,
That was Bungie.
Yeah, but girl in better to go in a clash with them kind of lyrics. I am she-man and all them set of things.
No, yeah, you go.
Monkey, I don't know what you the climb.
That is true. But
that was a big tune.
Yeah, but I mean, from that was off the back of What I Want was before that.
Yeah, What I Want was before that.
So What I Want was before that, and of course, well, you had the big hit that went to Billboard and everything.
That's What I Want.
Right, that's What I Want.
Yeah,
right.
That's What I Want.
Before that, sorry, you had Danger.
I had Danger, yeah.
Danger, right. Yeah. And I was watching. I was going through YouTube the other day, and I come across the video, with Danger, and I said, who shoot that video?
Gotti.
Is Gotti shoot Danger?
Yeah, Gotti and I don't want to forget the next fella name, but yeah, I can't remember his name. A Rasta guy, a short Rasta guy.
Short Rasta guy,
yeah,
boy.
brown skin fella. He from I wonder he from the Valley side, boy.
All right. So two of them shoot that video.
Yeah, two of them shoot
Danger.
it. Gotti was the head man, yeah. But that fella was skillful too, boy. He bad with that camera. Kendall. Yeah, a guy named Kendall.
All right.
Yeah.
Because that was the Kickstarter.
Yeah, boy. That
was Danger.
Was Danger. Danger is still my favorite.
And it's still I was watching the video and I was listening to the song, and I was saying, no, that's still a relevance.
Yeah, I feel it should come back. I think
still a relevance.
I think Danger should come back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should bring it back with the same lyrics and let artists, let one of them new boys and them put a verse on, or one of them new girls and them put a verse on or whatever. But that song, real bad. Anywhere I perform that song, anywhere, that song will mash up the place.
Yeah. No, that song, no, really and truly.
And it didn't get much airplay.
And it didn't get much. That's the whole thing. It didn't get much airplay.
That is a song we call Bill from Underground.
Oh, you was the same year with Kimber.
Yeah, I was the same year with Kimber.
Right.
Yeah.
And people was kind of 1-2ish. They
Yeah.
said, well, nah, Kimba beat him and no Fireball win. And it was a real kind of Super Blue Ronnie McIntosh kind of period now. As to who really win the Soca Star and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Kimba was good. I see.
No, of course, Kimba was awesome.
Well,
Kimba,
I see come out the court the other day with the matter. So
yeah, as I see that matter, Kimba, if Kimba see me walking on the road, Kimba go stop and drop me home.
Right.
And that's the kind of man Kimba has always been. When he on stage, he just transform. People just start to feel cocky because he's a good looking fella too. So people just see that looks and that behavior and mesh with cockiness. But
right.
Kimba was always humble as ever. And when I heard about the case and I find out who it is charge him, I post up a video one time. Nah. I not supporting that.
Okay.
I don't believe Kimba is that. I mean, you can't pay head on a block for nobody, but I don't believe that, and I saying it open now. I don't believe that. So when he win, I was happy.
But I mean, a few men over time has been caught, and things like that. I mean, Kobe Bryant was one of them, and he had a clay name, and it has happened from time to time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess I'm hoping that now because he had Over You.
Yeah,
Over You was a big tune, you know.
I think Neil Bernard produced that.
That was a big tune, you know. That was a big tune that year, you know.
Yeah.
And I hope he get back on track with the I don't know if he's still interested in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, he had a big song this year.
Oh, he's still
he had a hit this year, man. I'm addicted to bad girls. I'm
yes,
addicted
like
to
your
bad
boy,
girls.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, I really had to pull back out my player and start DJing and go through my library and think, boy. Long time I take a look at my library because I'm waiting to buy a laptop. I'm buying a laptop soon.
Okay.
To go with the player that I have now, because right now the one that I have outdated and Serato, like they keep upgrading the thing in a kind of way where I had to buy this and upgrade that and spend money now. But yeah, boy, those years, boy, Fireball, boy. And going back to the party time era, right?
Yeah.
X and I have been talking about Soca Star for so long. But before it had a Soca Star, it had Party Time.
Yep.
And Party Time was really, I remember back in the day, every weekend, upper level club, right? But you would sit down at home and you would take in Party Time.
Yeah.
It was the place to be. It was almost like our version of kind of Soul Train.
Yeah, it was
Kinda
our
something
version,
like that,
something
yeah.
like that, and America's Got Talent and all that thing.
Yeah,
it was we version of that. And you know, the people always tell me, Fireball stay real humble, and Fireball this and Fireball that. But Party Time is what caused all of that.
Party Time.
Because remember it had one TV station them days.
Yeah, it was TTT.
Yeah. So when they see you, the whole country see you.
Yeah.
Right? I remember for Party Time, my mother had just flown out. Things was real hard. I didn't have the kind of clothes I supposed to have to wear that. So my uncle, who 3 years older than me, because I was big, his clothes used to fit me.
Okay.
So I actually wear his clothes on Party Time.
On Party Time?
To sing.
Serious?
So I laugh. I ain't supposed to laugh.
What?
So when he ready to pawn his clothes now, when he ready to pawn his clothes, people thinking he wearing Fireball clothes.
Oh God!
Because I get so popular.
Right.
That. But I mean, I had good clothes on, but he already left school and he was working.
Yeah.
He's a brands man.
What school you went to?
I went to Success Lavantil Composite. If any of them hear me talking, you know, they go pong.
They go pong, yeah. No, but what was like? What was it like? Because I'm trying to, like, youths today.
Yeah.
Right. People just talk about. I hate when people talk about it had too much competition, and it had too much competition, and should have no more competition. I don't like to hear that conversation. I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I just roll with data. So what does the data show us? The data shows us that Party Time produced some of the biggest names in the industry today.
Yeah.
Right? The data shows us that Synergy Soca Star has produced some of the biggest names in the industry today.
Yeah.
Soca Monarch.
Yeah.
Soca Monarch, when you win Soca Monarch or you make Soca Monarch final, your next year going to be real big.
Yeah.
Once you follow up proper, promoter higher in here because you was a Soca Monarchs finalist.
I disagree a little bit.
A little bit. All right, go ahead.
It depends on the level. Or it depends on, okay, like Soca Monarch. Soca Monarch is on a professional level.
Right.
Right? And I find it got redundant in a sense because the same stars had to keep coming
back, right? Yeah, same set of people. Competing.
So for me, Soca Monarch, I would love if Soca Monarch could come back and give you a limit. Whether the limit is 3 or whether the limit is 1. When you reach that limit, you can't enter again.
You can't enter again.
But here we're going on. We go higher as a guest artist.
I want to okay.
Yeah.
Understanding what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I am a firm believer
in
the philosophy of to be the man, you have to beat the man.
Okay.
Right? So to be a champion, you have to beat the champion.
Yeah.
You have to dethrone a champion. You have to come better.
Yeah.
You have to raise your standard.
Well, I agree with you too. But what has happened? You see, when people start creating music for competition alone, that could cripple the music now. So although the competition healthy, we still have to figure out how to keep the competition, but also how to keep the creativity. Because when a man, if a man come and sing and win, the next year you will have 2 or 3 people come in. They mightn't do it just like he, but they go try something similar. Because they realize he have a winning formula. And that's how competition does affect creativity. So that's all we have to be careful with. But I understand what you're saying about the competition, and it's correct in terms of the level of the competition and all of that.
Yeah, I think competition has given us I think it's better for the industry when you have to compete. Because, all right, picture it this way. If it didn't have a World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Or if it didn't have a football, the English Premier League or the Serie A or whatever.
Yeah.
If in the absence of those kind of leagues where you perform at the highest standard, right?
Yeah.
The money that they earn wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
It would
be a different vibes.
Into nothing.
Yeah. Now, what I want to say, boy, I don't want a point, and I forget the point. Now, what I go say about sports? Sports kind of less biased now, because your skill had to happen on spot day. Your skill is what had to bring the results. With competitions, judges with bias. Everybody had a bias. Everybody.
Well, that's true.
Don't care. We are try with men like me, and you will try with best to be unbiased.
Yeah.
Because we don't really we're not afraid of anyone, and we talk. You know what I mean? Fair and square. But it is always have biases that could affect.
That could tilt it in a particular way that could spoil the essence of the competition.
Let me call Marshall Montano name for example.
Okay.
If Marshall come up on a stage and split, and young brother come up on a stage after and split too, Marshall go get more points for he split. That is Marshall.
Yeah.
That is Marshall.
All right.
Right? So for performance, out of 20, Marshall might get 16 or 17. Young brother might get 13. He might get 13 or 14.
All right.
Because of the presence Marshall have. And because we grew up around Marshall is the superstar since all we young, and we grew up with him being the superstar. You know, so the presence of an artist does influence decisions. Now in football, when Messi had the ball, men is free to rush him too. So the presence is working its own way there too.
Right.
But it still come down to having the artist the sportsman had to finish the job now. While the judge had to finish the job.
Well, that is true. I could understand that. So we had to get it. It has to be shaped in a way where the judges are. There is some level of fairness in the judging.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think anybody could dispute. But then this have to do with your bankroll too. So obviously, if you have a pocket as deep as Marshall, you cannot expect young brother to have the same level of performance and antics and pyro.
I disagree, you know.
And no,
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree because the year when I sing Pele Pele Pa. Come now, like Pele 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 Pa, boy.
Right.
And when I hit that note, if I did get picked for the finals, I had already spoken to our glass company. I had already organized a basket for a girl to come out of and for a man to blow a flute and get a snake to come out. Right? When he blow his flute and he get his snake to come out, I would have taken my voice like the flute and get the girl to come out. And then hit a note and you would have hear pishing. And when you look, it's glass shattering. Right? So I was shattering glass that night.
Right.
Marshall and I would have to come real good to be that glass shattering. You would have to get a rocket to fly out of the country to be that glass shattering that night. So what I'm saying is, men with the right mentality. All right, picture a young Marshall going up against this Marshall now. It's bacchanal. The young Marshall not taking loss just so. He fighting. He will get licks, you know. He will get licks, you know, but he fighting. He fighting. So
Younger Marshall versus mature Marshall.
Yeah, so it's a mentality thing for me.
Yeah.
You had to know where you have and figure out how to use it. We see this man a tab artist, he run out. He say wheel. When he say wheel, some wheels start to roll across the stage. Creativity is a dread thing.
I'm not going to mention that because in terms of creativity, everybody does say, well, I do have the money to do this, but really and truly, you could come up with a concept.
Yeah, you have to dig
and
deep.
Your presentation could be on point based on that concept will blow away the crowd. And a man who come with all the
could be in
bells
trouble.
and whistles could be in trouble.
Yeah.
It's how you present your
Because
contribution.
even when Marshall spend any money, is a presentation he coming with.
It's presentation.
It's something hard he coming with. It's not it's thought how to go into it still.
But you think in all the competitions that we have, and I mean you're going up as welfare officer, which we'll talk about after the break. We're coming up to 11:30. We'll get into the whole Tuco Calypso welfare officer position. But do you think that the point system that the judges are using should be restructured?
Yeah.
Because you might get a small amount of points for crowd response.
Yeah.
But you will get a bigger set of points for presentation.
Yeah.
And that could
I think it had to restructure because no matter the points they're giving you for presentation, crowd response, crowd responses always have a large effect on the judges.
Exactly.
So they'll mama guy and say that is only out of 10, so don't watch that. Don't watch that. You see what Terry Lyons doing that? you feel them could have put Terry Lyons second there?
At all.
Them couldn't put Terry Lyons second?
At all. So, I mean, there's a lot to talk about, even with Tuco. We'll get into that discussion when we come back. Fireball is going up for welfare officer. There is an election happening this year. Ainsley King has not given the election date as yet, but we know that Kurt Allen and others will be vying for that position of president of Tuco.
Yeah.
And to form their board. And you've had any discussions with any one of them? With Kurt or Ainsley or anybody?
When I see Kurt Poppy going for president, I called him and I congratulated him. And that is why I get my inspiration to try something too.
Right.
But I doing my thing separate.
Okay.
But because of me and Kurt relationship, anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a little pause, and when we come back, we will continue the discussion with Fireball here on Off the Record. And some of his music too, in case all don't know, you understand? In case you have forgotten.
Yeah.
And back, it was in 2017, boy, the Calypso music song. That was
2017.
All right, we might give you a taste of that as well. Once that time, I play a little taste of everything. So keep it right here on 91.1 Talk City. Fireball, candidate for welfare officer in the upcoming Tuco elections. We're going to talk to him because, at TTT, our chairman has issued a request that anybody going up for the election, we're going to make the space available by TTT for debate.
Right.
Now, if I'll get thoughts on that, we'll hold some strain. We come back after this.
Winning numbers in the National Lottery online draws for Friday, 24th April 2026. At 10:30 a.m., Playway, the number 11 Kobo Mega Ball called. Playway jackpot numbers 24, 12, 25, 17, and 30 in any order. Pick 2, numbers 25 and 26 in that order. Pick 4.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
And so that is Calypso music. That is Fireball. Fireball, that was 2017, right?
Yeah.
That was 2017. And you sang this Young Kings?
Yeah, I sang that in Young Kings.
Young Kings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Where you do that here? This?
I win.
You win that?
I win Young Kings. Yeah, I win Young Kings. Yeah.
All right, nice, man. Now this is a serious show, you know. But as I play it now, and the reason why I play it, remember just now we was talking little soca and thing and all kind of thing, right? Big up Red Songs. We see your message on your WhatsApp there. He said he told you he was gonna win that, yeah?
Yeah. He was early. He was early. I watch him. I watch him like a madman because my song wasn't being played at all. I know I was a favorite live, but my music wasn't being played. And Kimba was being marketed on a next level.
Right.
You know, so...
Yeah, because you really come from nowhere and win that, you know, because... no, in a kind of way, because Kimba was the man whose name was real called. And Kimba was the front runner, eh?
The next... Listen to me, I win that competition and the next day, Kimba was on a B-Mobile truck, you know.
Way, Papa. Wow.
And you can't vex with B-Mobile, you know. Business is business.
Business is business.
Right?
But you still elevated yourself.
Yeah.
Leaps and bounds above.
Yeah.
You end up international.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
You ever feel like you don't get enough respect for ending up there? At a time when real men who was bigger than you didn't go there?
Yeah, I see people win gold medals and all kind of medals from the Olympics and come back to Trinidad and get the props, and I'm happy for them as athletes. But as an entertainer, I top Billboard charts, and I never get no honor for that. The closest honor I get for that was from Robert Amar. Robert Amar who hold a session and honor me in it, you know.
I mean, you're going up for a position in the Calypso organization, right?
Yeah.
And people might say, well, look for where Fireball going. You know? Like, what
you do?
Where's Fireball catalog? What you ever do?
Yeah.
Just explain them what happened with that track and the level that it reached.
Let me tell you something. I get a request. I get a friend request. On Twitter, when I look at the name, I see Rihanna. I say, where them this come from? You imitating Rihanna. Gosh, just be yourself. You don't have to imitate a superstar.
Right, you thought it was fake?
I thought it was fake. When I go on the profile, the person was following a couple thousands and millions was following Sheba.
Well, you realize that ought to be legit.
I realize, nah. This is the real one.
Yeah.
I don't know when she unfollowed me.
Right.
I remember she followed me.
Right.
Cole, that rapper who they call J. Cole.
Yeah.
He follow me on Twitter too. That how big the thing was. When I was number 2, Rihanna was Amanda Baka was number 1 in France. Rihanna was number 2. John Legend was number 5. And going down the lane, them the kind of names you were seeing going
So
down
you
there.
was beaten.
Yeah, I was beating back plenty people.
It's big
names.
international entertainers.
Big names. You know,
and they realize, but wait now, but they must sit down and say, but who's this man called Fireball? Where he come from?
Yeah.
Right? And you was trending. You was number 1.
Yeah, I was number 1. Yeah, and I mean, them days didn't have social media like it have now. Right. So I didn't get to capitalize on that the way I was supposed to.
You ever link with any one of them when they followed you?
Nah, never link with them. I was real shy and covered.
Yeah, because you're telling yourself, boy, I Fireball, Trinidad, I just,
I get to talk to Kanye. Kanye say, what's up, dude? And I was like, I was on the phone blushing like a bad girl.
Serious?
Yeah,
But you get to talk with Kanye
Yeah, I
West?
get to talk with Kanye West. Yeah. I get to talk with Kanye West. A rapper, what your name is, boy?
Well, at that time, Kanye wasn't Kanye.
Yeah, he was big already. But he wasn't big as this.
No, not as this, but
he was big. He was real big. Not as big as this. But he was real big already because I remember being excited.
Yeah.
I was like, Kanye? But when you get mature with creativity, you stop watch artists.
Yeah.
You start to watch the music more. And the transformation I make over them years, getting to learn about Calypso more.
Yeah.
And getting to understand that all them fellas we waiting and looking up to. The music that get them big is grandchildren and children of Calypso. You understand? Them freestyle battles with them hip hop men and them just be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, them thing happening years ago. Decades centuries ago.
Yeah.
In you know what I mean, within the Calypso art form.
Yeah.
And when you get to realize, but wait, that thing bitter, but we had the real Moby here.
We had the real thing, yeah.
We had the real Moby here. Them chocolate tasting nice, but we had the cocoa here.
That's right.
We had to take that step and deal with it that way.
Yeah. You think I mean, you're going up for the position, right? Of course, welfare officer. I spoke to you this morning. You said the organization need more love.
Yeah. We need more love and appreciation for each other.
Right.
And when we understand the power of the music, if we understand the power of what we have, that would help us to appreciate each other more. Because if you know the value of gold, and you see me with gold, even if you ain't like me too much, you go treat me good. That man a good goal, boy.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? That we had to treat Calypso like gold. We had to understand that it's we gold.
Right.
And deal with it that way. So when we having one competition for it, and we only picking certain kind of topics,
yeah,
and a certain kind of mood, and then afterwards is bacchanal thing coming out on TV and on newspapers and all kind of thing.
Right, because we were talking this morning, right? Fireball and I were talking this morning, and I was saying, I think the politics in the Calypso has killed Calypso. I think they need to stop being so political. I ain't saying no singing political commentary, no problem. But I think it has overshadowed or it has drawn out the real essence of what we know to be Calypso. Calypso, like we were talking.
I don't really agree too much, What I find is let people say what they want, but select the best.
Yeah.
For competition, and don't just select one time. You can't just select politics alone. Or
and it's a nice little party,
it's nice.
When you go to Skinner Park or you go to the Queen's Park Savannah for the Monarch, you want to dance. That's how it was long time. And albeit, Men Marshall win.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's because of that.
Yeah. His song was a party.
It was a kind of nice little party vibes and everybody enjoyed and it brought back a crowd.
The second year he came back wasn't a bad song,
No, it wasn't a bad song.
But he voiced it gone.
He had a little malfunction.
And I have a problem with that, He voiced it gone.
Yeah.
And he pop down.
Yeah.
And he's still end up in the top 5.
And he's still end up in the top 5.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
We need to stop watching the artists and watch the music.
Yeah.
And in that way, the music will be able to lift the same artist.
Yeah. Or the music has to go with the performance.
Yeah.
So you well, you can't have the name and then your music and your performance pop down on the night and you're still running top 5.
Yeah.
If last is he plays, you had to run, then last it is for you.
You understand?
You can't say, well, nah, but I'm sure we had to put him fifth or that is Bonju.
That is the
It can't be like that.
That is my problem.
Yeah.
That is my main problem.
It
Because
can't be like that.
these things just affect the upcoming artists and them, the other artists and them.
Exactly. And you know, just on we were talking about songs that are calypso that people taking for soca.
Sawa, yeah. That not even soca. That is some other name they call that.
Right.
And that is raw calypso. Tudum, tum, tudum, tudum, tum, tum, tudum,
Right.
tum, what? Listen to me.
Yeah.
Sweet calypso music.
I was, and we was in the conversation this morning. I was telling Fireball, I say, you know, doo darling.
Yeah.
Doo darling, I feeling to wine and break way.
Yeah.
Darling. You understand? I'm in a party mood.
You could
That is
imagine,
calypso.
You could imagine Baron singing that.
But you telling me
Hey.
that is calypso.
But
and it
and
passed.
that will never end up in the calypso monarch.
That wouldn't end up in Skinner Park. Why? Why?
Well,
that
better-
should be part of the
Well,
competition.
better only have a second competition for party calypso then.
Exactly. Because a man must be able to go. Now, that song, you could call it, okay, that Doodle Allen, you could call it a cross, you could call it maybe a calypso with a little crossover soca appeal.
Yeah.
But it's really, the essence of it is a calypso.
Calypso, yeah.
So it ought to be recognized in both the calypso monarch and our soca monarch.
And our soca monarch, yeah.
As a groovy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it could be recognized both ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Which gives the artists a little more. It gives them a little more,
More leverage.
more road to gallop, more leverage.
More leverage.
Right? And for me, it expands now the calypso monarch especially, and opens it up to a younger.
Yeah, because
to younger entertainers and things.
to everybody, because it had the elders who focus on melody and would feel like,
Yeah.
hey, melody coming back in the thing, nice.
Yeah.
I could come with a nice catchy melody and have everybody singing along. The judges really need to understand how important their role is.
Yeah.
If the art form, the success of it built on competition,
Yeah.
the judges play a very important role, and I find we take that for granted. This year, it has some things happen I didn't like at all, and all of that is why I run for welfare officer, because it have some things not supposed to happen.
Right.
I remember some years ago, Gypsy stop extempo, because something happened, and he spoke about he didn't like it, and he stopped. He find that didn't make no sense. And I understood how he felt, because I felt that same way this year. Everybody picked topics. Two guys ain't sing about the topic at all. And two of them fellas get picked.
Wow.
Right? None of them entered extempo before. So there was new to it.
Right.
Two of them get picked. I stick to my topic.
And you ain't get picked.
Me ain't get picked. Now, the hopelessness I felt at that moment, because not me alone didn't get picked. It had many other people didn't get picked. Dion Diaz didn't get picked. The young lady from Arima, go show customer. I'm trying to remember she name. It had plenty people who didn't get picked, who was good as well.
Nine.
How you go bypass all of we and pick two people who didn't sing about the topic?
Who didn't sing about the topic, yeah.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
That unacceptable. And them things that affect artists, because okay, it had things I wish I could pay off right now. This is my life. I practice and I doing my thing to come and give a good performance. I'm not getting hired for much shows.
Right.
So I come and I perform in that competition. Only pick two men who ain't stick to the topic over me.
Yeah.
I still have my debts to pay. When it had money I could have make if all your judgment was better. Right? And I'm saying I don't mind if it wasn't me. But look at people all the bypass. So that could never make sense. It could never be fair. And we need to be more professional than that. And that is my problem with Tuco at this moment.
At this moment. Well, a lot of things seem to be at the forefront of cleaning up with Tuco. And that which you mentioned there is one of them, the judging, the competitions.
Yeah.
Things like that. In terms of the organization and financing and internal audits and things like that.
Yeah. Respect basic principles.
Right.
One of the basic principles is respect. Yeah, we as family, we respect each other, we'll have meetings.
Yeah.
I is the head of the house. My name call up in some shippiness. I'll meet with my family and discuss it.
Right.
That is how Mr. Ainsley King had operate. Meet with the family and discuss it. Now all your family go like, yeah, but you on top. And if you make a decision that you know is controversial, you have to stand up like a man and accept the consequences, because it's you stood up like a man and make the decision. That is all it is. So, you know, because I love Mr. Ainsley King. We have a good relationship.
Right.
But I love my culture more.
Right.
I love Calypso more. So I ain't gonna take my love for you and ignore
ignore
the destruction of Calypso taking place.
Right.
Nah,
we're not sacrificing the culture for the friendship of
for the
any
friends.
individual.
Yeah. Nah.
Right. And I agree with that. I think. I mean, look, Calypso has to find its place and its space again. I think it's been overshadowed and drowned out over the years, and I think it is because of the approach. I think when people go to a tent, they want to hear humorous kaiso.
Yeah.
Yes, they want to hear political commentary.
Yeah.
But make it entertaining, not insulting. You go to a show. You're going to a show to be entertained, right? You go to a show. To me, when I buy a ticket to go to a fete, me don't hear no politics. If you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I just want to hear that.
Yeah.
Monday, because I talk that for a living.
Yeah.
So that's my break. You understand what I'm saying? And I think...
Yeah. What important to me in anything we doing...
You can have categories.
That was saying. What important to me is balance.
Yeah.
It will always have those who will talk politics. And I don't have no problem with them at all.
Right.
Because...
Me neither.
As far as I'm concerned, if I see government, I want to hear people sing about politics, because I get to hear what the ground saying.
Right.
And a lot of our ministers, just be unattached.
Yeah.
To the ground. They don't realize what it is taking place on the ground.
They
start afloat.
Yeah.
Calypso's is bring you back down to it. So I cool with that. But we need the balance. We need the entertaining. We need the humor. We need the dancing. You know what I mean? We need all them things in the tents.
All the elements.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, if you're having a monarch, if you're having you're in Skinner Park or wherever, it's Calypso dread. Let people come and party and enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And you can have the other categories as part of the show. You could have, all right, but this is the political commentary.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to have a political commentary and you enter, come and perform, or you go through that part of the show.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then we have lost the art of humorous kaiso. I love my humorous kaiso.
Ola Tunji. Mash up Skinner Park.
Well, look at that.
With engine room.
Well, look at that.
Mash up.
That is a calypso.
I wonder.
That is a calypso.
I say in my mind, but
how that end up in
how
calypso
that in where we studying?
That's right.
Everybody have the genre expressing all kind of different things and making the people happy.
Yeah.
What we allowing Calypso to do for we?
That should have ended up in that is a calypso. That was the biggest song
that year
on the road that year. On the road, I'm telling you.
And that is another issue I have.
Not crossing stage.
Not
but on
crossing
the road.
stage. So we better we be in a competition for that too. The biggest stage song and the biggest road song.
Well, I just always call it stage match. I don't call it road match.
Yeah.
Because they just hold the song, and then when they reach the stage, I win his play.
Them thing killing the culture.
I think so. But
Yeah.
how could you restructure a road match competition?
Look at technology. The place, it has so much technology in the world. It have things we could do to know what song play the most on the road. I'm sure it have things we could do.
But then you have the element that the DJs will have that in mind.
So I guess
and they might kill
people. You see why AI you see why AI coming in and getting rid of humans in certain things?
Well, that's
humans is the own worst enemy. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
The own worst enemy.
It's interesting you say that, you know, there is a lot of technology in the world now where you can assess the thing better. And then, well, I mean, the truck thing, there was a whole controversy with that too. Jumping from truck to perform to win road match.
I my problem with it is it must be so for everybody, and it was.
What is the rule?
It had a bacchanal with Super Blue and Iowa George.
Yeah.
And after that, they changed the rule. They made it public. They changed the rule, so that was not allowed after that. Right. So when Marshall do it, and I hear voice jump on a couple trucks too. I don't know how true. Because some people defending him and saying, nah, he wife in one band, he in one band, so he went in the wife section. And, but I hear voice drop on a couple trucks too. But when the rules change publicly, that cannot be done, and then Marshall do it. I put it out, I say, but the rules change.
Yeah.
So this man's supposed to be disqualified if it's not. People start to say he's a Marshall hater.
Yeah. I saw that.
I am a culture lover and I'm fed up of we worshiping artists while the culture dying.
Yeah.
We need to worship the culture.
I
Right?
agree with you, man.
Yeah. So then Mr. Ainsley King come out and say change in January. But all them things should be announced. And that is why I say respect and love. When you love people and you respect them, you communicate with them, you keep them up to date. It's not hard to do.
Nah, but hopefully things, hopefully the date is called so that we have a date on this. We have about 1-2 minutes to wrap up.
I forgot to clarify something too.
Go ahead, clarify.
The registration for voting. I'm not sure if it's still open or not. I hear it not open. I hear people cannot register to vote, and then I hear that's not true. So I want to find out what you seen with that. But if the registration closed for voting, then that would be very unethical.
Okay.
Because the date hasn't been called yet.
True.
So you can't close the registration for voting. Yeah. I'm not talking about registration for running for a position. That's a different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about registration for voting.
For voting,
right. So I had to find out what's going on with that because
that would be unethical considering that a date has not been announced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, Fireball, I want to wish you the best in terms of going up as welfare officer. You said you're going up on your own, but if you had to join us later, it would be Kurt Allen.
Yeah.
All right. And just before we close here and before we get to news, we have about, let me see, a minute and a half. You're back on the soup trail?
Yeah, on the soup trail.
Where are you getting our soup tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow I'll be available in Arima, but from next week Saturday, I'll be in.
Is next week Saturday?
Next week Saturday,
not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Good, all right.
Good, and at least set you up there, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, next May the 2nd, and well, I know it might be in Point 14. I don't know where you go be.
Nah, I go be out the country. I've been St. Thomas.
Oh, okay. Well, when you come back, I guess. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So next week Saturday, we launch it in
SWTU Hall.
Yeah, by SWTU Hall, Cafe Blues. Yeah, and plenty parking available.
Yeah, man.
My friends go be passing through, so go have some live entertainment and thing for the launch and thing. And who knows if it goes well? Who knows? Every weekend might be soup and sing. You know what I mean?
Right,
sing might be sing soup.
All the look out Fireball bringing the soup down in the West, boy. Just the other day I was talking about we are getting a good soup in the West. Fireball is here. He has provided it.
Yeah.
So Fireball, thanks a lot. And people, remember he's going up for welfare officer. I will look out to see what takes place with that as the voting takes place, well, whenever the election is called.
Yeah, whenever it's called. And when the election is called, that is also when I'm sure the debate will really happen.
All right, brilliant. So News at Noon is coming up, courtesy TTT. I am out until the 12th of May. So Mr. X and Obi will be handling the scene from Monday. Fireball, thank you. And I'll communicate with you guys when I return.
Yeah.
We out.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.